Yo, 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 yo. Don't play with my yo, 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 yo. Don't try to blame me out. Salute, man. Shout out to my man. Far from handsome. He says, I could have sworn when you did the stream with your son, I heard a chirp. No, sir. That is not a chirp. No chirp here, brother. But I will say this though. I was cruising through YouTube Live and I see some chick. She was doing a cooking show, black chick. Like she was doing, a little, probably like a few people in there, but she was doing it from her kitchen. She's a very energetic young lady, very beautiful young lady. Very beautiful body, classy and all that. And then it happened. And I was like, oh Lord, Jesus Christ. So yeah, the chirp is I was like, God damn, you too? Shit. But yeah, man, no, not me, bro. I am not a chirper, man. I am not a chirper, man. I will tell you that, man. I never was a chirper. My mom didn't chirp. You know what I'm saying? When I was young, my mom didn't chirp. I was raised around a non-chirper, man. So it's like, just you change your batteries in your you change the batteries in your smoke detector every couple of years, man. Just anyway for safety, man. You know, I was never I've never lived in a house with a chirp. And I've lived a lot of places. I've never lived in a house with a chirp. Like my people, the people that I associate with, we not none of them chirp, man. I can't think of anybody in my family. I do know there are some people that probably, but I've never heard it. That probably are on that spectrum, but not me, bro. I just don't chirp, man. Yeah. And I'm raising my kids like that too, man. I want my kids to grow up and I want them to, you know, make sure they change their batteries in their smoke detector, man. Even before it start to chirp, man. You're supposed to change it every couple of years, right? Yeah, man. You're like, oh man, yeah, but no, you know what? You made me think about it. I never really thought about it like that. I never thought about it. Like I never lived anywhere where it was a church. I've always been chirp free. Shout out to everybody out here, man. We got a great show tonight, man. It's a lot going on, man. Always a lot going on. Like we said last night, it's always a lot going on, man. Let's see, man.
We do want to get into another sports story, obviously one that happened overnight in New York City as New York Jets defensive back Chris Boyd is now in critical condition after being shot in the heart of the city. I do want to put up this here on Live Now from Fox from the New York Post, who had the initial reporting saying Jets cornerback Chris Boyd in critical condition after being shot early. He's in stable condition at Manhattan's Bellevue Hospital after sustaining a gunshot wound there outside of a Midtown restaurant. We're also hearing more reporting from The Athletic talking about this critical but stable. The Jets said in a statement that the team is, quote, aware of the situation involving Chris Boyd and will have no further comment at the time. And these coming after a Thursday night game the Jets played, so they are not in a game today. One of his teammates on social media, Jermaine Johnson, posting this, saying, everyone, please send prayers to my brother and teammate Chris Boyd and his family. Lord, please help. Hold your healing hand over Chris and guide him back to health and safety. Lord, I ask you, please just get him through this safely in your name. Amen. So that coming in from Jermaine Johnson. I want to give you some more information about this. And reporting from the New York Post talking about it as Boyd, a 29-year-old, was shot outside a restaurant after a dispute turned violent with the gunman firing 2 shots. Chris Boyd is in his first season with the New York Jets after signing a 1-year, $1.6 million contract during free agency. He hasn't played yet, though, after suffering a season-ending shoulder injury in the preseason. A cornerback, he was a 7th-round pick to the Minnesota Vikings in 2019, spent 4 seasons with the Vikings before moving on to the Arizona Cardinals and Houston Texans before landing here with the New York Jets. He did play his college ball at Texas. So,
You know how crazy. This is how crazy niggas are. Niggas are crazy. Shout out to my man, Anthony Madison. Niggas are absolutely crazy. All right. And people got to stop putting up with this shit, man. Stop putting up with this shit, man. Stop putting up with this shit out of niggas. So you got this fucking you got this fucking NFL player that gets shot. Not a peep from the Twitter mob. Not a peep from Black Twitter. I'm talking about not a peep. Black Twitter is not discussing this. They are not talking about this. Black Twitter is not talking about this. This is not on their radar. Okay? And we know this guy got shot by a brother, right? But Black Twitter is going frantic. It's a frenzy in Black Twitter over this. Black Twitter is going insane over this. And I know y'all probably saw this yesterday. The cop got relieved of his duties and all types of shit. State trooper, whatever he was, got relieved of his duties because of this. And there's all type of think pieces about, hey, man, what would happen if there was nobody around, man? How does he act when there's nobody around, man? I wonder how he behaves when there's nobody around if he would do that in front of all these people. Yeah, man, listen, man. Blacks, man. Blacks are fucking annoying as shit, bro. You goddamn blacks. You fucking blacks, man. You fucking blacks, man. Y'all are annoying as shit, yo. Yeah, this cop was an a-hole, but an NFL player got shot, and it's nothing from Black Twitter. Nothing. I'm talking about nothing. Nothing, bro. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see the typical black sites. It's nothing. I mean, you got a black ball player got shot. What's going on, man? What the hell? Nothing. Just so bizarre, man. Blacks is just so bizarre, man. Blacks are bizarre, bro.
Chris Boyd now in critical but stable condition after a shooting in the heart of New York City. Unsure exactly the circumstances around which this happened overnight from Saturday into Sunday. A live picture there at the Big Apple. And as I also noted, the Jets not having a game to
to you, Kaidi. At this hour, Chris Boyd is in critical but stable condition at Bellevue Hospital. High-ranking sources are telling Pix 11 News that he is conscious. He has been talking with police. He is cooperating, and as police search for...
Oh, man, he in there snitching, man. He in there snitching. He in there running his mouth, man. You supposed to get it back in blood, man. You supposed to get back in blood, man. You out here running your mouth, man, working with 12, man, working with them people, man.
The getaway car, they believe it's a blue-gray Mercedes-Benz. The shooting happened just after 2 a.m. at 38th and 7th Avenue, right near Say Less. Now, that's an Asian fusion spot.
Oh, Asian fusion spot. Asians getting revenge, man. All the knockout games, man. All the time y'all played the knockout game, Asians getting revenge, man.
Avenue, right near Say Less. Now, that's an Asian fusion spot favored by athletes and celebrities. Sources say that Chris Boyd was possibly with two other Jets players when someone out on the sidewalk tried to steal a chain, and the sources say Boyd and the perp began fighting, and that's when Boyd got shot. Police sources say Boyd was shot once in the abdomen with no exit wound.
Yeah, somebody tried to steal his chain. He got shot in the abdomen. Hopefully, he don't lose no intestines and no shit like that, or it didn't hit any vital organs, man. Because his career is dependent on that, man. His future earning potential, man, could be greatly diminished, man. Shout out to Poor Righteous, man. He says another son from the Giants. Probably so, man.
Less has just reopened for business at 3:30 this afternoon. When we went inside, no one could confirm that the Jets player had been in there early this morning. We spoke to several passers-by from Pennsylvania about this early morning shooting.
It's unfathomable. We didn't think it would happen here.
We're not afraid. We come here all the time. We walk down. We're from Pennsylvania, so we come. We're not scared, but.
Why are you asking people from Pennsylvania about what happened? This is a dumbass news segment.
It's very scary. It's getting more scary. Last time we were here, there was a shooter. Yeah. It's scary. Something has to be done.
He's fighting for his life right now. Critical condition.
It's very sad.
Well, we're sending
very
our love and prayers to him and his family. Want him to get better.
Shout out to Barry B, man. Barry B is in the building. They're sending their love and prayers, man. What the fuck does that mean when people say that, man? When people say that, what does that mean? We sending love and prayers to his family. How can you send love? What, you going to write a letter? You want to FedEx? What the fuck you mean? You just, because you said it, sending prayers, man. I'm sending prayers, man. What the fuck? Listen, man. I already know when people say I'm sending prayers, I'm gonna pray for you, shit like that. The next second, they done forgot about you. Press 1. The next second. All right, bro, man, I'm going to pray for you. When? Now? Or you going later? So later, you gonna get home, you going to, cook you something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Watch a couple shows, then unwind. And when you unwind, then you going to pray for me? Unless a motherfucker say, give me your hands. Father God, Jesus, in the name of the Lord. Unless they pray for you right there, they ain't praying for you. Press 1. They ain't praying for you. Ain't nobody going to remember to pray for you later. What the fuck? People got too much. Yeah, let me hold on. Let me go into my let me go into my personal assistant, man, my Google assistant. Pray for this nigga later on today. I'm not doing now, nigga. Pray for me now, motherfucker. I'm gonna pray for you, dog. What? Nigga, pray now. Get on your knees now, nigga. Get on your knees, man. That'll make me happy. Press 1. If they get on their knees, that'll make me happy. Press 1. Pause. Praying does nothing. He said it does nothing. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. All I know is that ain't nobody praying for you. Whether it does something or not, a motherfucker ain't praying for you. Especially if they tell you they're gonna pray for you. If they tell you they're gonna pray for you, they definitely ain't praying for you. I'm gonna pray for you, dog. What, at some time in the future? You gonna remember to pray for me? Person that you just heard about in passing? Really? That's man. You got a photographic memory, motherfucker? I'm gonna pray for you, dog. Said prayer does nothing. I know one thing though. I can tell you this. I know a lot of people have been praying for a lot of shit, but then they say, well, God don't give you certain things you pray for. God don't give you because it's gonna ruin you. God know that if He give you these certain things, it's gonna be the end of you. So He don't give it to you. You know, they go people that go by that philosophy. If God give you certain things, if you got precisely what you asked for, whoo, you will be in trouble. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. If you really fuck with me, don't tell me you won't pray for me. Get down on your knees and make me happy by praying for me.
Getting more scary. Last time we were here, there was a shooter.
Yeah.
It's scary. Something has to be done.
He's fighting for his life right now. Critical condition.
It's very sad.
Well, we're sending
Very
our love and
sad.
prayers to him and his family. We want him to get better. We think people should be brought to justice.
And police say they are looking for a blue or gray Mercedes, possibly a Maybach. And Mayor Adams just released this statement saying, quote, "I am praying for New York Jets player Chris Boyd and his loved ones. Although
you lie, motherfucker. If your prayers worked, you still be the mayor. Press 1. If this nigga's prayers work, he'd still be the mayor. Or you could look at it like this. His prayers did work because he ain't in prison. So you never know.
we've gotten shootings to historic lows in our city, we must continue to work to end gun violence. Too many young lives have been tragically altered or cut short by this epidemic. We are live in Midtown Manhattan. McGee Hickey, Pix 11 News. Back to you, Katie.
Police are investigating a shooting that killed 2 people, including a 10-year-old boy. This happened on Chancellor Avenue in Newark, New Jersey, Saturday night. Several others were injured and taken to University Hospital. Our Pixelman's Corey McGinnis is at the hospital with the very latest. Good evening, Corey.
Connie, good evening. A devastating and sad situation all around. We're talking about
Why are you talking like that, though? Why you sounding like one of them news anchors from the 50s and shit, man? It's 2020s, man. What the fuck is going on, bro? Listen to this nigga, man.
Very latest. Good evening, Corey.
Connie, good evening. A devastating and sad situation all around. We're talking about an 11-year-old, 19-year-old, and a 60-year-old male, all in stable condition. However, that 20-year-old woman and the 10-year-old boy didn't make it. Police are still searching for whoever is responsible. A Newark neighborhood is heartbroken after a deadly shooting on Chancellor Avenue and Leslie Street killed a 10-year-old boy and a 21-year-old woman Saturday evening. 3 others, a 60-year-old man and 2 young men, were also injured and are expected to recover.
I'm feeling so sad and down, and this is terrible.
Just feet away from where it happened sits Emily's Professional African Hair Salon, a place usually filled with laughter and conversation. But her shop is now marked by traces of tragedy as bullets tore through the storefront awning. When the gunfire erupted, Emily was inside with customers. What did you see? What did you witness? What did you hear?
I don't witness nothing. I was inside with customer when we hear the shooting, which was, everybody went down, and we're trying to go on the back door.
Once the gunfire stopped, she opened the door and saw the unimaginable.
And I saw the kids down the ground by the liquor store.
Others in the neighborhood are pleading for the community to come together and end the pain.
It's unfortunate what happened last night. It's really unsettling with me. We just need the violence to stop.
Right now, the motive remains unclear. Newark's public safety director says investigators are working with the county and federal partners to make an arrest, and a $10,000 reward is being offered for any information.
That's probably the only black-owned business in this motherfucker. This Tether. She probably the only black-owned business on this motherfucking side of town, man. Motherfucking Tether, man.
Historic reduction in violence. This is a vivid reminder that there is so much work we must do, end quote. Meantime, detectives still search for whoever is responsible. All of this, as Emily says, she's never felt like this before.
I'm scared.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what's...
R.I.P. to your mom, Stephanie. Wow. R.I.P. to your mom, man. That's really tough, man. That sucks, man. I don't think you've ever come up, Stephanie, have you? Have you ever come up on the show? I think you might have came up once. That sucks, man. Wow. Man, you got to come up, man. You got to come up man, and pay tribute to your mom, man. You got to come up and pay tribute to your mom, Joe. She birthed you, man, and raised you, man. You got to come up and pay tribute to your mother. That's crazy. Wow. Stephanie, 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 Stephanie. Come on, Steph. You got to come up and pay tribute to your mother, man. No, seriously. I mean, when I say that, I'm not even trying to joke. I'm serious though. I'm not even trying to joke. I'm not being funny. I'm being serious, man. You gotta pay tribute to your mother, man. You gotta tell us. You gotta tell us about your mother, man. Say you don't want to have me on mic. Why not? I gotta listen to Wicked and Fisherman and all these motherfuckers. Why not you, man? Brown sugar turncoat ass. She done switched up on us and shit. Stephanie, 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 Stephanie. Yeah, man, that's horrible, man. That's horrible, man. That's horrible, man. And you young too, Stephanie. You 30? Like 30? Stephanie, like you in your 30s, right? Man, that sucks, man. R.I.P. man. 32. Wow. Moms, man. Listen, man. Moms. Hey, who's this? Hot Black? What's up, Hot Black? Yeah.
What up? Heard how much you were how grading Wicked and Fisherman were getting to you, so I thought I'd come up and mix it up a bit.
No, they all right, man. You know, I just,
They're only mildly annoying.
Yeah. You know, between
Respectfully.
You try to get a word in with Wicked, and then
it's just hard to get him to shut up about the Sun Man. You know, I mean, I have my feelings about the Sun Man, but goddamn.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. We can beat you over the head with this. Like he forget who he talking to sometimes. I'm like, yo, you talking to me, dog? Like you don't have to convince me, motherfucker. And then Fisherman is,
Don't mention the crew.
Yeah, everything. The root of everything, man.
But rip your mom, Stephanie. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, man. That's really sad, man. I tell you, Stephanie's been around for a long time. I'm talking about
true facts.
A long time, man. That really, I really do want to, do something special for her mom, man, because she's definitely been around Ock Nation for a long time, man. And,
might be hard to talk about it still.
No, I'm sure it is. That's why I said, sometimes it is better to talk about it because if she said she had been watching the show for a while, and she, I know when you're like depressed like that, sometimes it's best to just, talk about it. You know what I mean? Talk about the good times.
Enjoy the things you love, like Ock Nation. Just sucks all the joy out of life.
Talk about the good times, tell us, what she did for a living, you know, what she was like and stuff like that. You know, sometimes that help you out, you know, because you know, a lot of times we take people for granted while they're here, man. Well, you know what I mean? We take people for granted, you know what I mean? And then when they're gone, we realize, oh man, you know what I'm saying?
Didn't know
And
how good you
then
had it.
yeah, man. And I'm not saying I'm sure Stephanie didn't take her mom for granted, but
No.
you just don't think about everything, you know what I'm saying? Like that they like I mean, like shit, man. I watched my wife give birth, man. Like that's the first thing. Like that shit is serious, Jack. That shit is an undertaking, man. It was like, you know what I'm saying? That's the person that like it's like you and your mom, y'all forever linked, man. Y'all even your dad, it's like he busted a nut and you know,
Yeah,
it
but
is
he
what
didn't
it
do all the
is.
work.
Yeah, but your mom, man, it's like y'all are linked. Y'all are linked forever. Every day your birthday is the day she had to, you know, do that deed,
Do that
man.
thing, yeah.
make she had to do the thing that only she could do. Like it ain't no other way. You know what I'm saying? There's no other way. Like they
Nope.
even with all the technology we
Not
got,
yet,
there's no
not yet.
yeah, not yet. But I mean, still, like I
I think
mean,
China's
they're
working
not
on that.
even. I don't know, man. Like that thing right there, bro. Whew, that's a doozy right there, man. Whew.
Yeah,
That's a
salute
doozy.
to women. That ain't no joke.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Stephanie mom spit her out into the world, man. How many kids did she have? How many kids did your mom have? Like, cause you know, I mean, yeah, man. Whew. Man, mamas. That's what it's all about, mama, man. Everybody love their mama, man. Everybody,
Mama.
yeah, man. Everybody love their mother. Your mother is the one that like she gave you, punished you and shit. She kissed your boo boos and shit when you fell, man. You know.
I mean, sometimes the mothers and fathers not very good to their kids. So people, I mean, it always trips me out because I have a very good relationship with my parents. But to hear people say they hate their parents is always kind of a weird thing for me, even though I understand why.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people that you know hate their parents for trivial reasons, and
Right.
that's what I said. Like some people hate their parents when they, you know, for things that other people would say, man, I wish that
Right.
was the problem with my parents.
I
You know what I'm saying?
wish my mom had a schedule with me and paid attention to everything that I do.
Yeah, exactly. Pushed me or kept me away from certain things, and you know what I mean. And you know, she guided me in certain directions and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, you know, it is some people out here that definitely like you can like my nephew, man, he's not talking to his mother, right? And he's 22 and he's in college and shit. And when he comes home, he stays at his mom's house, but he doesn't speak to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but his mom is an alcoholic, you know, very, very bad alcoholic for years, right? And you know, she would come to his football games and shit. You know what I'm saying? Drunk.
Oh, she
She
getting
and
fights
then
with the
the
ref and
you know, yeah, and you know, just being drunk at the game, like being
yeah.
wild and drunk, like
Mhm.
you know, being a bullshika, you know what I'm saying? But and in the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
and
Word gets around.
yeah, like she just you know, like it's just she's like it was embarrassing for him, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like she never really understood it because she just living her life. And she don't and she give him everything, drive him here, drive him there, like everything, you know what I'm saying? Like the boy grew up in the hood, but he had everything, you know, if you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? And and but that trauma of being the son. Your mom is the lady on the block that's does strange things sometimes, like
It can make a lot of
crashes out.
resentment. Yeah.
Yeah, it could crash out, could, just be, what I'm saying, just, what I mean, just, she's, it bothers, it will always bothers him. I knew that, but now to find out that he's not speaking to her, it's like, wow, man. And I know how much she loved him too, because she wanted a boy so bad. You know what I'm saying? She wanted a boy so bad, and she tried several times with several different guys, and then that was the one that finally she had. With this guy, and then the baby, everything went through, and oh man, she
Did you say
loved
that
that
was
little
your
boy.
nephew?
Yeah,
Mm.
love that little boy, man. Yeah, man. But yes, it disturbed me. I found out today that they weren't speaking. I was like, wow. I was like, yo, where does he stay? He's like, oh, he still stay here when he come from home from college. I'm like, damn, nigga spoiled like shit. He spoiled like motherfucker, but hey, whatever,
Yeah.
man. But
Eh, They'll get over it. Who knows? It's not like
yeah,
catastrophic, at least.
but it's years in the making, man. Years in the making, man. And but yeah, man. RIP to your mom, Stephanie. Salute to all the mothers out there, man. Shout out to all the mothers, man. Um, it's a blessing, man. To your mother, she's
One way or another, you wouldn't be here without her.
make sure you have your coat on. Make sure if it's cold, she make sure you got your coat and your hat on and your mittens on and your snacks and shit. Your mother make sure everything, like your mother, the little kids. I remember little kids in the hood, and they wouldn't have. Some of them didn't have mothers. Some of their mothers weren't in their lives. Some of their mothers were in prison. Some of their mothers were in the street. You know what I'm saying? Just whether it be winos or drug addicts or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody cared about them, and I used to envy kids like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have to. They don't get no punishment. They don't no teacher parent conferences and shit like that. And worry about that shit.
Yeah,
But
not
it's like,
exactly a barrel of laughs in the grand scheme, though.
yeah, but it's like, dang, man, those you want it. A
When you're a
lot of
kid, you want
them,
that.
yeah, a lot of them felt like a lot of them acted out too. Like those kids that didn't have their mother. Oh man, they was hell on wheels at school, man. Bullies and shit like that, and anger, problems and shit like that. And it really, you can tell in hindsight, like, okay, so that's what all that was about, man. Your mother, boy, whew. And then abandonment too, like the abandonment of that, like your mother just not around, because you can get over your dad with your mother, like, whew, your mother abandoned you. Whew, that's a tough one,
Yeah,
man.
that's goes against all the Wicked's in the back. I'm here to
Um,
talk about some men.
talking about his madre.
What up?
Yo, what's up, my
What up,
my
Este?
glider? What's up, my glider?
What up? What up?
Yo, I was worried about you, had that the sun man got you.
I know. Yeah, I've been out for a minute. Probably on the wrong end of a barrel.
Yeah, you just never know. And I know how you gliders be taking it on the chin though, like
Yeah.
champs.
Oh yeah, definitely. Not this one though.
There you go.
I'm well versed in my Sunman avoidance procedures.
Right. What is it? It's kind of like a fire drill, right? Stop, drop, and roll.
Stop, drop, and roll out. I think.
Yeah, man.
Yo, what do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think? I Bears NFC no champs or what?
I don't even watch football, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man.
It
I
ain't
don't
been the
even watch it.
same since the Redskins was gone, right?
No, I mean I just don't. I don't follow the league as closely. I kind of know a little bit that's going on just from being on YouTube and Twitter so much, but I couldn't tell you who should win MVP like I used to. I couldn't tell you who lead the league in nothing and nothing. I don't know who lead the league. I used to, you understand, man. I used to know all that stuff. Like I
Yeah,
used to have, I used to be like a computer and shit. I don't know nothing. I don't know who, and it's been several years since I've been like that, man.
right.
I don't
Well,
know
well, well, like I said before, if I want to see some man ducking tackles, I'll watch Cops.
damn, damn.
Very true.
She said, stream coming in good and smooth. Yeah, support the channel, man. Sponsor tonight's programming, man. Hit the super chat, hit the PayPal, hit the Cash App. Support the programming, man. Um, we really need you guys to support the programming. Um, but yeah, this is yeah, as far as like moms and shit like that, man. If your mom is the one that like I always said this, man, when I went to court, um, I used to, just being a young guy, getting in trouble every once in a while and having to go to court and having to wait in that line in DC. The line is real long at the beginning, right? And like I think court opens at like 8. So people there early trying to get in because you got to sign in and all this shit, right? So the line is long. It's like a fucking cheese line or a fucking bread line in Russia or some shit, right? And all you see is little motherfucking ragamuffin motherfucking teenagers and shit. Like I'm talking about and like young adults and shit and adults, with their mothers. Cause your mother is the only one that come to court, man. None of your homies come to court. It ain't like the movies where your homies is in the courtroom. Nah, the only person that come to court for you is your mother, man, to see your court proceedings. Only person that come visit you. A lot of niggas, they might have a lot of women come visit them, but that's rare. When you're in jail, it's your mother that's gonna come visit you. You know what I'm saying? That's who come visit you, man. You know what I'm saying? That's who you can count on, man. Especially the guys that are far away from their hometown. Your mother is the only one that's there, man. Like no matter how popular you are or who your crew is, them niggas is not coming to your status hearing. They not coming to your, trial. No way. Only person gonna be in there for you is your mother. She's the one that is gonna
Probably
be
not
there
putting
for
money on
you.
your commissary either.
That's the only one that's gonna put money on your commissary too. Yep. The only one, man. The only one. Your mama, man. Your mama. That's who's down for you, man. Motherfucking mother. That's the only person that's there. Um, yep. Yep. I'm telling you, man. Um, I remember one time I was at the park, right? It was like 7, could have been like 6 or 7. And my mother, she bought me a kite and we was flying a kite. This show you how old I am. Like kites was in this shit, right? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? We fly the kite in the park and shit. And my mother, some man came up and talked to my mother, right? And they was talking, chatting it up and shit, right? And I got jealous, man. I was so mad. I like reeled the kite in, right? And I ripped it up.
Damn.
Yeah. And my mother came over there and she was like, what? She was mad at me and all that stuff, but I was just mad that my mother was paying attention to somebody else. I ripped the whole kite up. I broke that motherfucker up and all that shit, man. I crashed out. But yeah, that's just crazy, man.
But I mean, not all mothers are created equal, though. I mean, like some mothers are the reason why men are violent because their moms are crazy, unstable. It's rough to grow up like that, you know.
Any particular group of mothers you got in mind, or
Well, I mean, but I mean, obviously, mainly the word stewards, but I think that applies to everybody. But that applies to everybody, to be fair,
yeah,
right?
no, I mean you're not lying. You're not lying.
I mean, I had a pretty solid upbringing myself, but I can only imagine, you know.
Right. There are bad mothers of all groups, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I heard that
Some groups seem to be perplexingly bad, but
Hispanic mothers are pretty good though, man. Like as far as I haven't heard nothing bad about Hispanic mothers.
It's very nurturing, you know, very loving and whatnot from the mother. The fathers are more, you know how when there's an absentee son on father arc, it's because they're not there. Or when Brito's absentee, it's because they're always working. You know, like
Yeah.
maybe
literally
he's in
always
another
working.
country working.
That to be fair, that or in this country too, working all the time, you know,
True.
to provide, and even that is, you know, detrimental. The streets are raising your kid now. That kind of defeats the purpose, you know.
Yeah, do they dish out ass whoopings like that? Or
Oh
do they
yeah,
be like
yeah,
the
I
father?
thought so.
yeah. My mother, but I needed that though. She beat my ass pretty good a couple times. I needed that just to bring me back
Yeah,
to, you know, reality.
yeah, definitely, man.
Does Hezekiah have anything about burritos?
Yeah, I saw sometime when I was scrolling through that one time.
I saw one where
Um,
it was on Beatles in it, and it was talking about welfare, but it covered everybody: sons, gliders, and
let's see.
umbritos, and it was about welfare.
I think I saw one in there one time. Um, but yeah, it's like Mexican mothers or some shit like that. Cause y'all are y'all moms are like characters and shit. You know what I'm saying?
The umbrito moms.
Yeah. Let me see.
You know, the glider moms seem kind of like characters to me, and how they do glider moms discipline their kids? Huh? Do they beat them?
Yeah, a lot of them do.
Sí, pero aquí ¿a cuáles de Halloween? ¿A cuáles de Halloween?
Thing that can happen to me because because I love children. And over there we have us only Mexican children. They speak most Spanish, and I can get along better speaking the language than the other language. And they are beautiful and so cute and so good.
What about some of the meat?
In Mexico, and I was raised there.
Country since the 1950s. Why do you feel more? Why?
Get together with the Mexicans. I feel more better there than with the American party because we talk in Spanish and we have our culture, you know.
Smash.
Speak American.
My grandmother who was dying of cancer.
Big smash.
And I wanted to tell her
Definitely.
what I thought about her, what I felt about her, remind her of some experiences that we'd had, and just talk with her and be with her. And every other word practically came out of my mouth in Spanish. I had to stop and ask my aunts and uncles, how do you say this? What's the word for? And I was really horrified because I'd lost my language, is what had happened, and I didn't realize what I going to do. And very sad. So I came back to Oakland, signed up at Grove Merritt College right away for a Spanish class, and began to study again. But what was interesting, it was through Chicano Studies that I took the class. So half the class was devoted to
Chicano
Spanish and half the
Studies.
class to, well, politics or Chicanismo, if you will, which was very exciting for me. It was very, I thought, radical and really far out at the time. But it was very interesting to me to find out what was happening in the world of Chicanos. I really had been living in a very anglicized kind of world. And so... E. This sound, okay, no es I, no es E. In Oakland, do you live in Oakland? I live in Oakland.
Wicked. What's a Chicano?
And that something I had
I
lost
think it's a
was
Mexican.
beginning.
You know, my kids, they speak English and Spanish. They
You got a
understand and
tiara in
speak
the
it.
back too.
You know what I mean, Ike? Which is a benefit to them, but yeah, they know English and Spanish.
Oh wow. Wow. That's wonderful, man.
To be awakened again in me, and it's very important picture. I don't know where it is. My grandmother is very wide-faced. She had a long eye, enviable shock, I must admit, especially earlier in the marriage, and sometimes.
Yeah, she was definitely a Mexican.
Yeah, she
Even
was
now,
very
but
refrigerator-like.
this is not the problem now that it was earlier. For instance, in my family, anybody new comes into the house, well, you just welcomed in, you offered some food, and if they're your friends, well, they're part of you and they're part of the family. Well, there's much more reticence. I've noticed in many Anglo families, there's a little bit more formal. I was somewhat inhibited, and perhaps it was.
Yo creo que sí, porque cuando se pone a cocinar una comida
That fake
mexicana
ass Mexican.
no
That's
dura
a
una
flour
hora, dura
tortilla.
3-4. My life is being a mother.
Yeah, I don't fuck with
And
flour tortilla
having my
myself.
children.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I get a flour for tortilla. Mexicans be
They get that
mad.
corn.
And
You gotta get that
being
corn
with them
tortilla.
and
nah, I can't do corn. I
the
got to do
most
straight flour.
Nah.
Corn is
I
the
had to
shit,
stay
bro.
with
You
them.
gotta grow up.
Yeah, it's gotta be
Oh
dog.
man,
A woman.
I can't get over the taste. It just takes over the
Every
whole. It just takes over everything.
I think the taste is fine. It's just kind of rubbery.
Bro, how do you eat? Do you eat tacos?
Yes.
You don't eat corn
That's the
tortilla
hard.
tacos?
That's the
No, I
hard
don't. I
ones.
don't.
The
I don't.
hard
I only want
That's
flour.
tough.
What?
That's tough.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
only
wouldn't
what you
go
flour.
out
get?
and
If
refuse
they
one.
didn't have flour tortillas, I probably wouldn't eat tacos at all.
Wow.
What?
That is nuts,
Yeah.
dude.
Hey, yo, it
Hey
took me
man,
a while
sorry.
though. It took me a while to realize that like the right way is a corn tortilla with just
Yeah.
cilantro, onion, dog. That's
And
it.
onions, yeah.
Mm.
You could do
Yeah.
lettuce and tomato too. That's not bad either, but the way to do it is
Right.
cilantro and onion. With corn
Yeah.
tortilla though.
Salute to my man Gabriel, man. Gabriel in the building. Shout out to Gabriel, man. Take the channel and support the channel, man.
I'm happy without you.
Just for
Yeah, she's the Ahorita le digo. Ok, así, le corta esos allí y luego ya le cortó estos pedacitos.
When do they start shooting each other, Ak?
I talk to them like my.
Yeah, this is boring, dog. What's wrong with them? Why they
Yeah,
ain't
what-
killing each other?
Where's the?
Yeah, what is the topic of this one? Like, what is the theme
Are
of
they
this
blaming the
event?
government or anything? Are they saying like they don't have enough money for taco shells?
what is the purpose of this one here? You know what I mean?
And where are the men?
It just say Mexican American mothers.
Just to spotlight the goodness of Mexican American mothers, I guess.
The men
Yeah,
are
it's
out there
boring,
drinking.
dog.
The men are out there getting drunk.
The man in the garage getting fucked
grandfather, he
up.
was.
But these women are like very feminine. Like these women are like not masculine, not feminist at all. They're just like women. They seem very comfortable being women.
Yeah, they just doing what they gotta do. Yeah, doing what they gotta do, doing what they supposed to do.
Yeah.
Revolutionary. Yeah, and we talked to them about that, and then my uncle, he was with that. I don't know if you hear about that tacordada, when he go into the fields and plant some plants, and that cordala come and then destroy it. See, and then my uncle, he was in the side of the poor people, and I talked to my children about that too. Second culture, because if we speak them in Spanish in our house, they never lose the culture and the language.
Cultures is very interesting because your children, well, they're doubly rich. You see, I don't tell my children, you're Chicano and nothing else. I tell them, you're Chicano because of this. My family, my parents, my grandparents
So
came from Mexico.
Chicano is what they called Mexicans back in those days. Okay.
I think that's. I think today they still call it that in California, right? We never did that over here, but I think in LA or something they still use it to this day.
Hey, what y'all call a gang banging ass Mexican again in Chicago?
In Chicago, a gangbanger, pretty much a gangbanger, un
No,
pandillero.
it was a term when I went to Mexican school. They were saying
Would
like, I'm not a something something or
it
like
be a cholo?
yeah, cholo.
cholo.
Yeah, it
But
is
we
cholo.
don't even really use that here though. We use gangbanger, pandillero, but cholo is like a thing they use over there too. Over here we don't really use that word. We call them
In like
gangbanger.
20 and like 06, 07, they were like saying that shit kind of consistent.
Nah, I mean, me growing up, we don't really use that. We call them gangbangers.
Oh, okay.
Hey, but Wicked, isn't a cholo a certain type of gangbanger though? Like
Yeah,
the
like
ones,
the ones from LA, right? They have like
yeah,
the
they
aviator
pull their
glasses and
pull their socks all the way up. You
yeah,
know,
that's what I
with
think of when I
Dickies.
think. That's what I think
Yeah,
of when I think of a cholo. I mean, look, at the end of the day, cholo gangbanger. What's the difference? You know, a
yeah, I
shithead's a
know.
shithead.
Yeah. That's what I call them. I call them little shitheads, little shitties. They just be waiting to die and shit.
Right, taking up space, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what else is going on, man. Oh, here, go right here. Let me tell you right here. Hold on.
As a brown woman in this country with Central American roots, I've grown comfortable identifying as Latina, but not everyone uses that word. We set out to ask a few New Mexicans how they identify.
I actually identify as Mexican.
I identify myself as Hispanic. I've always identified as Mexican American.
One ethnic group, but a myriad of terms.
For me, it's important to both recognize my parents' background. Hispanic is more generic.
I think we are reframing how we identify.
Hispanics and or Latinos are one of the fastest growing ethnic groups in the United States.
There's a diversity
We
of
need to slow that shit
terms
down.
because there's a diversity of people and experiences.
Which is why one person might choose to use Hispanic over Latino or Chicano over Mexican.
We each come from a different background. Our histories are different. They are linked, however, in the experience of being, descendants of, the colonization of the Americas by Spain.
Hispanic includes people with ancestry from Spain and Spanish-speaking countries in Latin America. Latino recognizes people with Latin American roots, regardless of language spoken, but excludes Spain.
So I think Latino is probably a little more user-friendly, if you will, because people choose that term to say soy Latino or soy Latina.
Chicano is another
Latinx
term. University of New Mexico professor Patricia Perrea says it's a word used to describe people of Mexican origin living in the U.S.
It's an interesting term because it is a uniquely American term, something that Mexican-American descended people came up with here.
While the term Hispanic or Hispano is more widely used here in New Mexico, it's one that some people just don't like.
It's actually a term put on by the U.S. government. It no longer matters if you're Argentinian or Mexican or Colombian or Puerto Rican. It's to just put us into this kind of comprehensible, even if it's wrongly comprehensible, box.
But New Mexico State University professor Spencer Herrera says some in our region used Hispanic over other terms because of political survival in the 1900s.
There are a lot of people on the East Coast, also in southern states, who didn't want New Mexico to become a state because they saw the state as being full of Mexicans and Indians and not speaking English. And so a lot of people in northern New Mexico particularly, they would say, well, hold on, wait a minute. We're European. We're like you. We're Spanish American. And so they did that to sort of gain equal political grounding, if you will.
Historically, people also use the term Hispanic to differentiate from those who recently crossed the border.
We have many of the firsts in this country after the indigenous people, but we're often seen as recent immigrants. And I think that
It's confusing,
You know what?
Hey,
I
you
used to call.
Mexicans getting on my fucking nerve, Wicked.
That shit is
Yeah.
aggravating.
No, you know what, man? I used to call myself Mexican American, but now I call myself Umbrito.
Yeah.
I think that defines it much better, don't you?
Yeah, I think
I
so
think
too,
so
bro.
too.
Yeah, I think you're doing a good job, man. Good job.
When you say Umbrito, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I be calling all the Mexicans and shit at my job Umbritos, and they all understand it now.
Get out of here. Do you really? That's hilarious.
Yeah, for sure. I like little Umbritos, and then the little chubby chicks that we call them tortas and shit.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
tortas. Yeah, you know what that is like? We call the fat chicks. We call them tortas. You know, like you ever had a torta?
That shit's good as fuck, yeah.
Yeah, you know that how we call the fat bitches tortas.
Yeah, I can see it because that's a fat ass sandwich.
Right. but me, I call them grenades myself. But torta is applicable.
It's kind of shaped like.
As a reporter for the Chicago Daily Defender, and as a black woman married to a black man, I become deeply aware of the effects of this new black revolution
Damn, black
on the
bitches been annoying forever,
between
dog.
black man and black woman.
I know.
I see it among
As
my
soon as
own
they gave
friends, and I
the black
also see
bitches
it in
a
my
voice,
home.
they was annoying.
But the most prevailing and the most vocal statements about what the new black man expects from the new black woman came when I met with a group of young unmarried friends one Saturday afternoon.
I think that what's happening in America as far as black men, black women is concerned is that there's a revolution within a revolution. We are fighting our own woman. Our woman will not allow us to emerge as black men. No. But our black women, who has been put in this role of aiding white America, white structure, and castrating the black male, has continued doing this. She cannot live with us. It's not that we can't live with her.
Are you blaming us? Are you saying that it's our fault that this happened?
No, I'm not blaming black America women. I just said that I'm blaming the system. They are victims of the system like the black male.
Well, why do you say that we are castrating you? You say that you want to be the leaders. Okay, well, what about the black professional woman? Are you saying that there should be no black professional woman? Are you trying to deny black women the right to be creative, the right to function?
We're not asking for you to take a back seat. We're saying that you have got to be astute enough and can view the situation well enough where you just automatically know what your role is and step back. And whenever you want to have that aggressive thing, this is the thing that the young black man today is not going to tolerate. My old man tolerated it because his old man tolerated it. It came up for years and years and years. But today, the young black man is not going to take it. He's going to be out there as a leader. White America has used black women to keep the black male in his place. And you're still aiding it by saying, well, we are qualified, we want to work, we can help.
Okay, how are you going to reprogram men so that they don't let us take over what's supposed to be their responsibility? And men that I have had dealings with, they are perfectly willing to sit back and let us do anything we want to.
I don't think that you have to reprogram men. I think you have to reprogram women.
No, you have to reprogram the man so that he will forcefully take what belongs to him, because you know women, as long as we can get, we're gonna get, and it's part of our being. We're going to do anything to you that you let us, whether we want to or not.
You don't want to live on the level of income that I can
deep.
afford you in love. Be on the basis of that.
That was deep right there, what she just said.
Yeah, I've had a woman say that to me, low key.
Yeah, I have too, but that shit is deep here. And yeah, I've had it in so many words. Yeah, so many words.
Hold on. I missed it because I was spaced out because a black woman was talking. I just wasn't listening. Go ahead.
No, get, and it's part of our being. We're going to do anything to you that you let us, whether we want to or not.
You don't want to live on the level of income that I can afford you in love. Me, on the basis of that, you want to always be inspired to have all those things that's a part of the great middle-class white American society. And because I can't deliver these things to you, you say that you are not a man.
I don't measure a man by how much money he can bring home. I measure a man by how he treats me. Whether when I'm tired and I'm sick and I'm scared, he's there.
For these women, the men are there. But with the feeling of racial pride has come new conflicts and new problems. Across America, they meet to discuss what Black awareness means to their families and to them as Black women of today.
You know, there have been a lot of myths created about the Black family. We all recognize that. And one of the most pernicious myths is the myth of the Black matriarch.
It was not like
the Black woman has not been a matriarch in the sense that it has been defined thus far. And thank God research, and I hope Black research is being done now to reverse that kind of thing. In fact, the Black woman has been a woman at the head of a household, not by choice, but by necessity. And more often, that's right, and more often than not, she is not a strong, matriarchal, aggressive, domineering figure. She is a woman in search of a man. But this story has not been told.
The prejudiced society created what we have now. So that's what we were. Okay, we have a revolution going on. Well, what kind of the revolution?
We're in the evolution. I think the revolution is yet to come. Yeah, it's the
well, this thing
we keep tossing the word revolution around lightly.
It's extremely important for Black history and culture to be transmitted from generation to generation. And the best way, the most effective way that this has always been done is through the family, acting as the primary unit of social organization. And I think one reason why it has not been done with Black people is because of the destruction done to our family life. So this certainly has to be one function of the Black marriage, to begin to reemphasize and to pick up the thread of Afro-American history and culture that has been left off generations ago when Africans were sold into slavery, when the family unit was purposely destroyed.
Most middle-class homes, quote middle-class homes, like I don't even get caught up in that bed, you go into will have some copy of anybody, any white artist, I don't even have to name anybody, instead of the works of Black artists. I think it starts, especially that identity part, the books, the kinds of books. All of these things start in the home rather than complaining about them being in the schools at this point.
Unless we're absolutely certain of how that teacher is handling them, then we may have to assume that whole responsibility. We may have to pull them out of school ourselves, and do all the educating ourselves.
Say, for instance, when they say to my child to draw, last year Rhonda painted Abraham Lincoln brown and she was put in the corner, We had to go up to the school and deal with that. They must be respectable to their peers in school. And what we do, we handle that. We don't say, you jump up, you curse that teacher out, or you say it doesn't exist. But they see us at that school knocking on the door. You have to be in there. Either we're going to control, their minds here, or at least give them the choice.
A lot of this is new to us, and a lot of these things we're grappling with, and we don't want to give anybody the impression that we have the answer to everything.
Not only that, though, let me cut you off again. People go around talking about hate. We really don't have time to hate because, it goose up the bag. We're loving ourselves. Mm-hmm. This might bring around a lot of other different things.
To be Black means to love. It's got nothing to do with having to hate anybody.
It does determine, though, Francis, and has nothing to do with hate again. It's love. That we might have to do certain things to protect that love.
It may bring us into conflict with somebody.
Necessary to protect that love.
Finally, I asked Francis about the standards of today's Black man as compared with those of 20 years ago.
Standards which white society had projected. I think these standards were that he had to become successful according to the white mode. He had to get a good job, he had to buy a good car, he had to move to the suburbs, he had to rear a good family that went to church every Sunday, that did everything that the typical good American family was supposed to do. And I don't think the Black man necessarily is addicted to that notion. I think he sees the falsity of it. I think he sees the total hypocrisy of it. I think he wants to rear a tightly knit family, but not for the purposes that white society says. He doesn't want to rear a family for any sham purposes, just to fulfill some false ethic. But he wants to rear a good family in order to have his children strong, reared in his own image perhaps, and to transmit, most importantly, to transmit the values which he is learning to his children, and to try to ensure as best he can that his children will transmit those same values to their children, and have the The same transmission repeated from generation to generation.
Yeah, totally different motives from everybody else. No other fathers are trying to do that. Ak, wake up.
Yeah, that shit put me to sleep too. I
Yeah,
don't know why
that
you
shit
playing
was.
that bullshit.
That was some bullshit.
Some bullshit like a
Wait.
motherfucker. Hey,
Yeah, the Black
let's get to some
Manosphere.
sun crime, man.
Some
The Black
violence.
Manosphere is older than I thought, bro.
Yo, I thought he wasn't asleep, man. I was giving Ike the benefit of the doubt.
It was just a babble fest, man. God,
That
all they
was a
were
lot of
doing was
babbling.
just
let me call him.
saying words.
Yeah, hit him up. This shit that shit was terrible.
Oh, have we seen this story before? In the middle, black woman raised as white in the sundown town.
Damn.
Oh,
In
no.
Houston.
No, I don't think so.
What?
I wish the shit was on autoplay. That actually sounds interesting. Fuck, wake up.
Ak, wake up. Nothing.
I think I saw Caitlin Clark, Ak. There you go.
Right, at least he got his ringer on.
Well, I've been sitting here listening to y'all, man. What are you?
Yeah, we know. Ak, welcome back. Hey, Ak, you mind clicking on that? Hey, Ak, you mind clicking on that video, that black and white video right there?
This one right here?
No, the one in the middle.
Oh.
I'm gonna save my dough. Get away from here.
Shout out to Stephanie McCoy supporting the channel. Shout out to Stephanie McCoy.
The real McCoy?
Don't come back no more.
Welfare mothers and the children too feel that they are on a dead-end street. But the way things are,
Oh, Hot Black, you
there's
said
not
this
enough
wasn't
money
the video?
and no way to hold up your
No,
head.
there was the sundown town video. Was the
Oh, my
what
bad. I
amounts
thought this
to
was the
a
sundown.
welfare revolt.
Hey,
You look on TV and you see that poor little kid.
now while you were taking while you were resting your eyes a bit, we saw we saw a lady. It was one of the next stories up. It was about a woman raising. God, I can't even remember what it said. It was something about
a black woman raised as white in a sundown town in Houston. Which I don't think we've heard that story before.
Yeah. Yeah, real quick
She
too.
basically probably was a mulatto or a octoroon or something.
I can see that.
Because that saying that you black is that shit don't really mean nothing.
Nah.
Yo, I put a link in the back too, right, of a glider opening fire during a road rage incident. So that's pretty interesting, you know? Gliders do it too.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Gliders make me sick.
Yeah, gliders is something else, man. Oh, here it is right here. You want this one?
First up on The Factor tonight, an incredible, fascinating, and compelling story of self-discovery and family. Decades ago, Lacey Tazzino's biological mother made a life-changing decision while pregnant in a bar just off of Montrose Boulevard. Ultimately, Lacey ended up being adopted while also being truly loved by that adoptive family. But there were also hidden secrets, like being told her birth mother was dead and she was white. She was told she was white while growing up in the sundown town blacks were told to avoid, called Vidor, Texas. It's truly a
Remember
layered...
Vidor, Texas, and there was no such thing as whites telling them they couldn't come? It was all bullshit. You remember we did the story on that? Vidor?
No.
Vidor, Texas is not a sundown town. Niggas are just making that shit up. There's nothing that they can go there if they want. They can go. They can do anything they want in Vidor, Texas.
Slice of life filled with love, confusion, and coming to terms with the hand life has given you. Lacey joins us now here in the studio to talk about it, sharing it for the first time on broadcast television.
Fight, like by American standards. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I think we gotta bust out the paper bag test.
Yeah. No, there's no way There's no way you can think you would wait. No way. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Let's get back to the crime, man. Crime time, man. It's crime time.
To the meat and potatoes.
Yeah, man. Um,
to that vitamin knock.
Yeah, man. Fact.
Have new details tonight on the case of a Milwaukee mother shot and killed and left in an alley earlier this month. Police found her son wandering alone on the same night.
Investigators linked her death to the killing of a man who was shot in his bedroom. Our Durante Matthews is in the newsroom now to weave the crimes together. Durante?
Yeah, Mary and Ted, prosecutors this weekend charged 54-year-old Kevin Griffin with both homicides, and they say he confessed to them. Investigators say on November 4th, he shot and killed a tenant who Griffin says was in the middle of a drug deal. Later that same day, investigators say Griffin killed a woman who witnessed it.
He's not a violent person. He didn't deserve it.
It's been heartache and headaches the past week and a half for the family of 39-year-old Terrence Wilder.
He's a happy person. He loved his kids. He loved his family.
Sunday, Fox 6 spoke with Wilder's family over the phone. They weren't ready to go on camera. Investigators say earlier this month, someone shot and killed Wilder in his bedroom.
I don't know what kind of monster this man is to kill people.
Wilder's aunt is talking about this man, 54-year-old Kevin Griffin. Prosecutors say he pulled the trigger. Property records show Griffin owned this home near 12th and Capitol. Prosecutors say Wilder also lived there and Griffin was trying to evict him. Investigators say on November 4th, Griffin and Wilder got into an argument and Griffin admitted to shooting and killing him. Also in the room with Wilder, 31-year-old Anaya Raymond. Once arrested, investigators say Griffin told police Raymond was, quote, in the wrong place at the wrong time. Prosecutors say Griffin made Raymond and her young son get into his car. He said at some point while driving, Raymond pulled out a knife and mace. That's when he admitted to hitting and shooting her. Police say he then dumped her body in an alley near 41st and Hampton. He later drove her nonverbal son to a separate location and left him. Police found the boy near 9th and Keith wandering, barefoot and abandoned. With Griffin now charged, Wilder's family say they do feel relief. Now they want what's right.
We hope that he get what he deserves.
The prosecutors say this all happened while Griffin was a convicted felon for driving a vehicle without the owner's consent. In addition to his $500,000 bond, he cannot have any dangerous weapons.
Yo, Milwaukee is a fucking terrible. Do y'all in Chicago? Do y'all like look at Milwaukee as like real
Little brother? Nah, I don't think so. You got two in the back, by the way. Yeah, you got Hot and Tiara in the back. Nah, from what I look, you gotta understand, dog. You gotta understand, man. The summer we have here in Chicago are, I think they're fucking violent, man. Milwaukee don't. I mean, how? Like, that's little, bro.
I don't know. Okay, yeah,
You don't think so?
But I don't know. I mean, I don't live up there. I don't know how the dynamic is. You know,
I feel like the Chicago Sun men they're kind of like trendsetters in in that culture of nothingness. You know what I mean? In their own way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but sometimes like you can prepare, you can show respect.
Yeah, like Chicago. I mean, like Milwaukee and Indianapolis are like the liberals.
Yeah, like they give respect, right? You ain't a Chicago dude ain't gonna go to Milwaukee and like let his nuts hang, right?
I feel like they would.
No, I'm saying without thinking something could happen to him.
I feel like Chicago dudes would push in on dudes. They move in on dudes. You know, I heard it described with the gliders too. I was listening to old school gangster gliders and how they would talk about how they would move into like surrounding areas, right? And the Chicago gangsters, like the white boys, they would just body them. Like when they went to Vegas, the Chicago dudes were bodying the gangsters in Vegas. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah, I mean, listen, I know Like DC, those guys, yeah, they think they more thorough and hardcore than the dudes from Maryland and Virginia. They do, but shit, there's places in Maryland and Virginia, and I'm talking about like the DMV or Maryland and Virginia, that you can get your motherfucking ass whooped and get smoked. If
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, if you think you really
With the Suns, it feels like that's more like possible because there's like no hierarchy, right? Like a little kid could whack a boss in Blakistan. It feels like, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
definitely.
Now onto our big story at 9. The search is over. The man accused of shooting and killing the nephew of a Milwaukee alderman and injuring 2 others now in custody.
Sam Kramer is joining us. Sam, what do we know about how this happened?
Hi there, Ben and Kim. The marshals found Martell Hare in Oklahoma, where they arrested him this afternoon. They had been looking for him for 3 weeks after prosecutors say he randomly shot 3 teens. One of them told police he pretended to be dead so that he wouldn't be shot anymore.
Just listen. That's the sound of a shooter unloading his gun from inside an apartment near 79th and Hampton back on October 20th. A week later, Milwaukee police identified the shooter as 37-year-old Martell Hare. A criminal complaint says when a woman told Hare he should leave the apartment after something he said, Hare left the room. She told police he then returned with a gun and started shooting the 3 teenagers.
Never ask a son man to leave.
Back-to-back stories.
Man, I'm trying to
Back-to-back
tell y'all,
stories of that I kicked out and they gotta delete you now. Now you gotta go.
yeah. They got to start listening to your show.
Yeah,
Would save a lot
man.
of lives.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Bad Dude Corn Pop. He said for the quick snooze. Yeah, hey, listen, man. You guys know, remember I told you how tired I was yesterday?
Yeah.
Running on fumes. Well, I didn't get no sleep last night. And my wife came back today, so I picked her up from the airport, and I thought I was going to get some sleep when she got back. But she got back, and she went to sleep.
Yeah. It's almost worse in a way, you know? Look, maybe you're onto something, bro. Don't get married. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to save the glider race.
Yeah. But that, you know what,
that
though?
is true.
You know what? That little sleep right there got me good.
Right.
Got me good for the rest of the show, man. Yeah, because that was the most sleep I got in because last night, I'm telling you, man, last night my son, because you understand, my son, he sleep with his mother.
Right.
He
He wasn't
breastfeeds.
here.
So anytime in the night he want food, he just start breastfeeding, right? But when she ain't around, he be waking up and he be wanting food. And I had to go get that nigga a Nutri-Grain bar, man.
Right, get him a beer. Like, man, drink this, bro.
he ate that joint and he went back to sleep and shit. And then he woke up again. And then he kept waking up. And I'm like, God damn, man. But that's how he do, because he used to just sleeping with his mother. Oh my God, man. But yeah, it was good them few days with the kids, man. That shit was good, man. Having them, man. Tonight, they went to sleep at 7 o'clock? Because their mother, they just go to sleep. When I'm there, it's fucking party
Bouncing
time.
out the walls.
They don't go to sleep till fucking 3 o'clock in the morning and shit, man. I'm like, damn. She came home, got them straight to sleep at 7 o'clock. I was like, God damn. Is that
Man,
easy?
right. Man, if my kid try to go to sleep at 7, I'm not letting him do it. Me, myself, because you ain't waking up at no 5, 6. You're going to sleep at 9 p.m. and you're going to wake up when like always. I'm not going to have you fuck my day up.
Yeah. I got to take them to school in the morning, so it's like they gonna get up. My daughter, she gonna get up at like 7:40. My daughter just like me. She wait to the last minute. But she gonna get up at 7. My son probably gonna get up at like 6:30 or some shit like that. That little dude headbutted me again today, man. He literally I ain't even do nothing this time. He just looked at me like, and I started calling him Chucky because I was like, damn, man, this dude got an evil spirit, man. He just looked at me and just still like this, and his head is so fucking hard, right? Like a little bowling ball, right? and then he just hit me like, bang. I was like, yo, what the fuck is up with this dude, man? This dude is violent, man.
Right. Yo, my kid headbutted my girl pretty good by accident once, and I was just thinking, like, yeah, you know, like I can't smack. I'm not gonna smack the fuck out of you, but that was like, you know what I mean? Like, but you get where I'm going with this, like.
Nah, I know what you mean. Yeah, man. Good one for Gipper, man.
They got her good that one time too.
Yeah, salute the bad dude, Corn Pop, man.
Leave the apartment after something he said. Hare left the room. She told police he then returned with a gun and started shooting the three teenagers, quote, for no reason. 16-year-old Marquise Champion, the nephew of Milwaukee Alderman Mark Chambers Jr., died on scene. A 17-year-old boy and an 18-year-old man were also hurt, but survived. The police identified Hare as their suspect. They could not find him until Wednesday. The U.S. Marshals arrested Hare nearly 900 miles away in Norman, Oklahoma. The Marshals tell Fox 6 they tracked him to a home there and that Hare tried running away but was arrested shortly after. That's notable because search warrants obtained by Fox 6 show Hare's family told police they thought he'd shoot at officers that were looking for him. In a statement Wednesday, Alderman Chambers called the news a huge relief for his family, adding, quote, "We want justice for Marquise, and we also don't want the suspect to be at large and in a position to harm someone else."
I spoke with the mother of one of the other teens who was shot tonight. When I asked her about Hare's arrest, she said she, quote, hopes he rots. And just last week, Crime Stoppers announced a $25,000 reward for information that would lead to Hare's arrest. Milwaukee police tell us tonight they don't know whether a tip led to this.
First tonight, we are learning more about the 18-year-old man accused of shooting at Grand Rapids police officers. News 8's Adriana Doria went through court documents and learned he has committed a similar crime before.
18-year-old Yasir Lagrone is charged with 7 felonies and is facing life in prison if convicted after he is accused of shooting at least 4 shots at Grand Rapids police officers before they fired back. News 8 dug into Lagrone's court records, and we are learning that after being given a second chance, he's now back behind bars. In June of this year, according to police, officers responded to the area of Madison Avenue Southeast and Gilbert Street Southeast on a report of, quote, kids fighting. During that incident, Lagrone was allegedly carrying a concealed weapon without a license. Police say he took off when officers tried to arrest him and ditched the gun into a construction zone. Police say he was later arrested. It's a felony punishable to up to 5 years in jail. After a few months behind bars, Lagrone was given a chance. In October, he agreed to plead guilty to the weapons charge on the condition he would complete a grace program. With that, he was let out on a personal recognizance bond and would be sentenced in April after he completed the program. As part of that program, Lagrone had to comply with a variety of things, including not committing any crimes, giving up his driver's license, and not possessing a firearm. If he successfully completed the program, he would be sentenced under the Holmes Youthful Trainee Act, which, according to Michigan law, would mean his case would be dismissed and sealed.
People have been saying, damn, all they had to do was, that's like the youth act in DC. They had this thing called the youth act.
Pretty
Similar to
hard,
that.
though. Not commit crime. I mean, all you gotta do is not commit crime. Pretty fucking difficult.
Yeah, very much. I mean, but like, he shot at cops. Like, that's like, Jesus Christ, that's a hell of a crime, man.
Michigan versus Yasir Lagrone.
But just over a month after he started the program, now he's back behind bars. On Tuesday, Lagrone, known to Grand Rapids police officers, and they say a suspect in a weapons theft, was approached by officers when he was walking in the neighborhood near Adams and Blaine on the southeast side. Instead of talking to officers, police body camera footage shows LeGrone starting to walk away, turning around and begins firing at officers before running away into an alley. The officers then fired back. Police say LeGrone ditched his weapon that was later found covered in weeds, and he was caught and arrested shortly after. On Thursday, Kent County prosecutor Chris Becker formally charged him with 7 felonies, 2 counts of assault with intent to murder, a felony with a maximum penalty of life behind bars, 2 counts of resisting and opposing a police officer, 2 counts of using a firearm in commission of a felony, and 1 count of carrying a concealed weapon. LeGrone is being held on a $750,000 bond. His next court appearance.
You
You kind of look at glider, right? Yeah, so man, that's a sun glider right there, man. Y'all got to take this one hot. Y'all got to take it.
What? Look at that fucking hair, bro. That ain't no fucking.
Well, he obviously got a son
He's
father.
got some, maybe.
He got a son father. That's a given.
Most likely.
But that's a come on, man. Look at the glider in him, bro. His mom got some strong genes.
That's the product of a mud shark. I ain't know shit about that.
Look, y'all taking it hot.
Oh, man.
Y'all got room for it, man.
Scheduled for the end of this month.
What a degenerate,
like
man.
fucking Brittany Grenier.
How much time you think he'll get for that? Like a year,
Now to
2
an interview
years?
you will only.
Or 2 years?
They're gonna smoke his boots. He not in. He. That's not like Chicago.
Where's that at? Where was it at?
Grand Rapids. Smoke his boots.
2 years.
Now to an interview you will only see right here on News 8. We are hearing from a grieving family and loved one still trying to wrap their heads around a tragedy. 22-year-old Amari Hodges was shot and killed on Grand Rapids southeast side on Wednesday. His alleged killer has not been caught. At the site of terror that is now a memorial, News 8 spoke to his family and loved ones who are just trying to keep his legacy alive.
I can't eat, barely sleep.
It's a mother and a family's worst nightmare coming true.
I just miss my son and I love him so much.
A loss that they say still doesn't feel real.
I just miss him. He was really a humble man.
Amari Hodges was just 22 years old when he was shot and killed on Wednesday on the city's southeast side near the intersection of Hall and Kalamazoo. Police say they found a car that had crashed into a light pole, and they say Amari was inside and had been shot. He died at the scene.
I seen him leave that night and he never came back home.
Now, days after the tragedy, a memorial sits to remember him by, reading Long Live Mari, his nickname, as they are left with nothing but memories and questions. United around tragedy, Amari's mom, sister, and girlfriend know he will be remembered for his smile, his work ethic, and his positive personality.
His focus was elevating himself and bettering himself. Every day he woke up, that's all he wanted to do was strive to be better and to support his family.
He looked out for who he loved, for he was genuine, you know, and that's what I want my son to be remembered by, and he will be remembered by that.
And as painful as it is for her to grapple with, his mom, Nina, says she knows his legacy will live on.
Couldn't be no other better feeling than to know that you went to heaven and that you're happier than being on this earth, because it's nothing here really but trouble, violence, evilness, and you in a better place, baby.
It's violence that has struck this area one too many times, with multiple shootings within the past week, all close by, leaving families without their loved ones. And they just hope this serves as a wake-up call to the community to stop the violence.
I was
Put the
really
guns
thinking
down.
It was gonna be
It's
past
not
2 months, but a goddamn week.
Yeah, man. She's beautiful right here. Nice looking. Whatever the fuck she is.
What do you mean? That's the whole sister, right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they sisters. Yeah, they sisters barely. This is the story we did the other day, but we didn't finish it because they didn't have nobody in custody.
Good evening. I'm Alan Devlin. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Gunfire shattered a Newark neighborhood, killing 2 people on a sidewalk, including a child. 3 others were hurt in that shooting. And tonight, community members came together to demand justice and call for an end to the gun violence. Andrew Ramos spoke with the victim's family and has exclusive surveillance video from the scene.
Grief and heartache emanated over Newark Sunday as community members rallied around the families of victims gunned down 24 hours earlier. Relatives have identified the two victims killed as 10-year-old Jordan Garcia and 21-year-old Kaya Scott. The child's uncle still coming to terms with the insurmountable loss.
My pain it's real now.
The 10-year-old
So
was
hold
a
up.
budding
Does that
athlete
mean
with
that
a
she had him
love
when she
for
was
football.
11?
I mean, she might just been. That might not have been her son. Might have been just a family member, relative. You know, that
Could
mean
be,
I don't.
Because that'd be kind of crazy.
It's real now.
The 10-year-old was a budding athlete with a love for football. His coach on the West Ward Hawks sharing these photos with CBS News New York. Annette Ryan, Kaya Scott's mother, said her daughter has stepped out Saturday evening to pick something up at a nearby store when she was shot.
It's a shame. They killed my daughter, killed these people, shooting people. It's ridiculous. Where you at, though, now? Where you at? You will be caught.
Exclusive surveillance video outlines the disturbing timeline of events where a group is seen standing outside of a liquor store on the corner of Leslie Street and Chancellor Avenue Saturday night. We're freezing the video before what appears to be two shooters fire multiple times before fleeing.
Oh, you see where she stepped out of the store?
Mm-hmm.
This is her.
Right.
So she just stepping out of the store. She's not even part of this group. That's crazy.
Before what appears
they missed her and hit her. Oh, well, I know they hit 5 people, so yeah, they probably hit somebody else.
Yeah.
Is this the little boy?
Sounds about right.
Is that the
I don't know.
little
I feel
boy?
like almost like he's being blocked and she's holding his hand or something. I don't think that she was.
Exclusive surveillance video outlines the disturbing timeline of events where a group is seen standing outside of a liquor store on the
That's
corner
so
of Leslie
fucked up.
Street and Chancellor Avenue Saturday night. We're freezing the video before what appears to be two shooters fire multiple times before fleeing.
And when I heard the gunshots, pretty loud. All my family, we hit the ground, you know, of course, and tried to stay low. Once it was over, I came outside to investigate and saw a few bodies on the ground.
Prosecutors say an 11-year-old, 19-year-old, and 60-year-old, all males, were injured in the shooting.
Oh, so
Relatives
maybe the
tell
boy
us
was
that
with the group
11-year-old
there.
was the brother of Jordan Garcia. Just
the brother of. So this was her brother.
The love for football. His coach on the West Ward Hawks sharing these photos with CBS News New York. Annette Ryan, Kaya Scott's mother, said her daughter has stepped out.
Ryan Kaya Scott. This is.
I think he's saying one of the injured boys is brother to the child that was killed.
Investigate and saw a few bodies on the ground.
Prosecutors tell us that 11-year-old was the brother of Jordan Garcia. Justice is now the only thing this community wants. Now, the other 3 victims injured in last night's shooting were not identified and were last listed in stable condition. The Essex County Prosecutor's Office is expected to have an update on this investigation on Monday morning. Reporting in Newark, Andrew Ramos, CBS News, New York.
And we will have that update for you tomorrow morning. The Essex County Sheriff. A rally in Newark tonight against gun violence after a shooting kills a 10-year-old boy and a 21-year-old woman.
Jeez, man. They still doing that shit, rallies and shit. Man. Shit. Little boy dead, man. Just snuffed out, man.
A victim of proximity.
Just, yeah, man. That's how sinister it is. That's what we talked about last night. Like, why it's so dangerous, man, when sons are around, because somebody may come to kill them. Like, it's not necessarily them. Like, you just have a bunch of sons standing around, you know what I'm saying, outside your house or wherever you're at. Somebody may, though they could be cool. They could be like, you know,
Yeah.
Respectful and shit of and some niggas come and kill them. It's just
And I mean, think about it. Say you get deleted off of that, and it stems from like a Facebook post or a tweet, and now you're dead because someone tweeted some shit that ain't got shit to do with you. Think about that. Put that on the obituary.
right. And then the motherfucker gets caught, does 30 years in prison, and it's just like, nah, that's just normal. Like
He's not. Yeah. He does 30 on his head, and then he's out like it's nothing.
yeah, he not like suffering from this shit. It's not
Right.
like, oh man, I killed this person. Every day in my life I'm thinking about it because I'm doing
Right.
time and shit.
He ended up making the best of it, having
Twiddling his
like a
thumbs.
He moved on.
sleepover with
He
like
moved
like a
on.
right.
You know what I'm saying? He moved on from from killing you real fast.
Right, like you ever seen like videos of like King Von and them in prison in the county, and it looked like they were having a blast in there, like horse playing and like running down the halls, and it's
Like
like
summer
what,
camp.
like it's like a sleepover for violent
Yeah.
motherfuckers. Like they're like, oh, who's gonna cook dinner tonight? What?
Is
And
this a
now
system?
and you're dead off of a tweet. It's like that's not fair, man. Your family's suffering. If anybody cared about you. This is a wicked world, dog.
True
Hey,
that.
Wicked. Hey, have you seen that King Von little animated YouTube? He has like a little animated series
Nah.
out there. Each episode is like 2 minutes long.
What is it? Like it's his baby
It's
mama?
no, it's a King Von. Some dude got to get like created an anime of King Von, kind of like
Is it kind of like
situations that he's had.
is it like inspirational or like positive or is it
No,
real?
no, it's not meant to. It's creative. That's the only thing that I can say.
But
But
it
it's
talks
not.
about like the violent nature of his shit or
Yeah. Well, it's not. It doesn't talk about his violent nature. It's just King Von in this little show. Think of it looking like the
yeah.
Boondocks,
Right. I
and yeah, he just
can
and each clip is like 2 minutes.
yeah. Can you imagine Ike, if they one like that of King Von, like a young black kid that overcame his circumstances and he became impactful and like what he doing? He was a serial killer.
Mm. Yeah, man. Let's see this shit right here.
Looking exhausted at 8 multiple.
Yeah. Jesus.
To watch.
I'm sorry. Relax.
Now at 5, a first look at alarming video of a Muni train barreling through a curve at 50 miles an hour with the driver seemingly asleep at the wheel. Good evening, I'm Claudine Wong. Now this all happened in September on the Anjuda line, but this is the first time we're getting a look at the video from multiple angles. Now first, take a look at this camera.
Look at this piece of shit, black queen falling asleep while she at work. How dare you she fall asleep while she at work? People who fall asleep at work are terrible, man.
Yeah, definitely. Never done that before.
Yeah, man, it's just fucking.
Yeah, I too. I either.
It's just reprehensible, man. I can't
Intolerable.
stand people like that, man.
Maybe she got sleep apnea. All right? You don't know.
Man, maybe excuses, man. Goddamn black women falling asleep.
This is the driver right here, and you can see through several points in this video that she appears to be nodding off. Her head actually drops down several times. This is 8:36 in the morning. The train is in motion, and we know now it is also speeding up. And then at some point, there's one big jolt, which seems then to shake the driver back into attention, and then she reacts. But until that jolt happens, She's basically just kind of nodding off and just step after step, not really knowing what's going on. All right.
How you
Yeah,
know she sleep though? Like little that. How can you prove that she sleep? Like honestly, like
she's just listening to the radio.
100% prove that she sleep. You know what I mean? But you know what? A lot of you people, prejudiced people out there that don't have to suffer with these type of things, man. I see the prejudice in you all the time, man, and you're lacking compassion for people like this, man. It's really disturbing, man. Salute to Deluxe 247, aka Cal Ripken, aka the real MVP, coming through once again. But yeah, a lot of you people are just very, very what's the word? I was joking earlier, but I really do have compassion for this woman, man, because you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Right,
this is something that could happen to probably anybody at some point.
Yeah, man. Think about it, man.
Happens. She's basically just kind of nodding off and just step after step, not really knowing what's going on. All right, I want to walk you over to this other piece of video because I want to show you what's happening for the passengers during all of this. This was happening at the same time. You can see the passengers here. They're getting jolted after this driver
Nah, I
hit this
can't
curve
let
going
that
about 50
slide.
miles an hour. It was speeding up until that point, and that is really what is happening. The driver tried to correct. The
Yeah, there are
passengers
cars
are
on that
jostled
road
around,
too.
and they're really
Right.
shaken up.
Weird.
They jostled around a couple of times. The
That's so
driver actually
wild. Like
Sisters just
that.
can't catch a break.
Look at this car
going
right
about
here.
50 miles an hour. It was speeding up until that point, and that is really what is happening. The driver tried to correct. The passengers are jostled around, and they're really shaken up. They jostled around a couple of times. The driver actually comes out. This is it again, so you can see how hard
Damn.
that impact is. The driver actually tells them to relax, assures them that the train did not crash, and then goes as far to tell them that it
Yeah,
was a
but damn
mechanical
near
problem.
did
You can
though.
actually hear her on the video saying the emergency brake didn't work. So lots of reaction to this video tonight. KTV's Christian Captain joins us live with the story. Christian, pretty incredible video to watch.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Passengers at the time described how frightening that whole incident was. Now we can see for ourselves. Video from the morning of September 24th shows the moments an inbound N-Judah train came barreling out of the Sunset Tunnel near DuBose Park at 50 miles per hour. Another angle shows the operator apparently asleep in the moments leading up to the incident, slamming her hand on the emergency brake. As the train came to a halt, the operator telling passengers the brake wouldn't stop the train.
I'm sorry. Relax. We didn't crash. Relax. It wouldn't stop. Relax. We're okay.
Now, more than a month after the
Shit, y'all
incident, Muni has
chill.
said it has completed its investigation, which confirms error as a result of operator fatigue. The agency is addressing the matter in accordance with internal protocols and the relevant contract, which included placing the operator on non-driving status. Muni said an inspection showed the train was in proper working order and that the agency is reinforcing the importance for operators to watch for signs of fatigue. Passengers who've seen the video say it's alarming.
It's pretty terrifying. Yeah. I guess you know that things like that can happen, but thankfully they're really rare.
I don't feel any less safe riding the Muni having seen this than I did already. You know, and I feel that
what the
this
fuck?
city still has one of the best public transportation networks that I've ever seen.
The hell?
That is such a man. That is so a man. Like, look at the shoulders, look at the neck, look at like that is a whole man. There's nothing feminine about that.
That's nasty.
Is it what is this failure song?
I thought this was like West Coast or something.
This is what is it?
San Francisco.
Leadership from the Transport Workers Union Local 250A, who represent the drivers, say safety is always a top priority for all operators.
We deal with a very complex city.
I thought that was a streetcar. That's a whole ass
and
train.
I think that we do very well, and like I say, we are constantly to do better. The union is about perfection,
And Muni said it is working with a train manufacturer to work to put systems in place to make sure incidents like this don't occur in the future. We're live in San Francisco. Christian Cafton, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
And Christian, have we learned anything about the hours that this driver worked? I mean, in some parts of the video, you could see her actually put her head down, before the train was actually in motion, seemingly looking exhausted at 8:30 in the morning. I don't know if there are rules in place for how many hours they can work or anything like that, but certainly it makes you think about that.
Yeah, so from what we understand, that driver hadn't been called in to work extra shifts or mandatory overtime, anything like that. It may have been 60 hours over the previous 2 weeks or so. That's the number that I've heard before. But clearly that driver does appear to be slumped over the wheel at one point in time, very early in the video that we received. And then later on, you can see as she enters that tunnel, she appears to lean back, her head goes down, and she certainly, by all appearances, seems to be asleep before that train hits that first curve and she gets that initial jolt. That's when you see her reach out for the controls, hit a button that she refers to later on in the video as the mushroom, which is like an emergency brake, and tries to bring that train to a halt as quickly as possible.
Yeah, certainly looked exhausted. All right, Christian Cafton, that video does give us pause. Thank you so much for that report.
Well, Ak might have a rough time on that job.
Let's see the school shooting.
Then again, so would I, so.
Now at 10, Oakland residents reacting to 2 school shootings in 1 week while they mourn the loss of a legendary coach who was a victim in one of those shootings.
I have no words because
Oh shit, why didn't we hear about these?
After shootings after shootings after shootings.
Good evening. On this Saturday night, I'm Christina Rendon. It has been a violent week in Oakland. There were shootings on 2 school campuses, one of them leading to the death of legendary coach John Beam. Today, officials and community members are talking about Beam's legacy and also public safety in Oakland. KTVU's Aaron Dickens joins us in studio with more. Aaron.
And there was a gun buyback event in Oakland today. Officials say it was already scheduled, but many discuss Beam's legacy and the effort to get guns off the streets.
Our thoughts and prayers, of course, and our condolences and love go out to his family, his friend, our entire city. Coach Beam was loved and knew everyone in Oakland.
Mayor Barbara Lee speaking about Coach Beam at a gun buyback event in Oakland. It was organized by the Oakland Police Department and Mount Zion Baptist Church.
I was told that this morning the first gun was an AK-47, a weapon of war. And so there are many, many areas that we have to address and ways to address gun violence. This is one of them.
Oh
There have been 2 school shootings in Oakland this week. On Wednesday, a student was shot at Skyline High School and survived. Then on Thursday, Coach Beam was shot at Laney College. He died on Friday. Police have arrested suspects they say were involved in each of the shootings. And here at Laney, there is a memorial for Beam. It has been here since Thursday, and there are several signs. This one says, "Thank you, Coach, a true Oakland Titan."
He played a major role in this community in Oakland, and everybody loved him.
Linda Adams Rackley was at the memorial. She says Beam coached many of her family members.
Making sure that they stayed on the right track, made sure that they did all the right things, and they all made sure that they all went to college, and they did.
Linda says there is a lot more work to be done in Oakland when it comes to public safety, especially after a week of violence. Are you concerned about gun violence?
Oh, yes, most definitely. I live in Oakland, grew up here, and gun violence has just gotten out of control.
Linda also says there needs to be more opportunities for kids in the community.
Less guns on the streets, they need to get something for these youth, for the younger people to do, because all they do is turn to guns, and that's not the answer.
And Linda says the community needs more people who inspire youth in a positive way, just like Coach Beam did. And please tell us the 2 school shootings this week They are not related, Christina.
Yeah, no doubt a lot of people impacted by the gun violence in Oakland. Aaron, thank you for that report.
Yo, Ag. Yo.
Yo, what's up, man?
I was come on, man. I was watching the game today, the Bears game, right? And the Bears got an interception in the end zone. And the player that picked it, he knew he was a player under this guy, apparently. Which I thought was pretty crazy, small world, but apparently this coach from Oakland was impactful, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was pretty interesting that the player that got a pick today in the end zone, of all places, right?
Oh, in the pros?
Yeah, the Bears game today.
Oh,
During
wow.
one of the Bears picked it off in the end zone from the Vikings, right? And he played for this coach. So he was apparently very emotional, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, man. The John Bean. Yeah, man. Whacked out by a crazy motherfucker.
No good deed goes unpunished.
Hell nah. They don't even know why he did it yet. It's just man. Sad, man. So sad. Salute to all you guys. Let me see. Let's see.
I didn't do anything. You could have hit me. You could have hit me. Oh my God, I'm going to jail for nothing. What's going on? Oh my fucking God. Everybody.
On October 19th, 2024, officers were already in the area after reports of multiple disturbances. A series of fights had broken out, one after another, pulling police into an unpredictable and fast-moving situation. Several people were detained as officers tried to regain control of a scene that kept escalating every few minutes.
Get out of the road. 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 Get on the sidewalk. Get on the sidewalk. Get on the sidewalk. Yo. Get on the sidewalk. Get on the sidewalk. Get on the sidewalk. She got the go. No, in the roadway, pushing people around. Who I push? Delta 31. We need the 40 to tier.
Is she arrested? We're gonna take her home. Why is she getting arrested? Why though? You have to be rude, sir. I'm just asking a question. Okay, wait. Is she getting arrested?
Get on the sidewalk.
You got 3 kids. Calm the fuck down.
Get on the sidewalk.
You're not taking the police. You got 3 kids at home.
All right. Where's your ID?
In my purse. Go ahead. I'm not mad at y'all. I'm not upset at y'all. Y'all can watch y'all.
This was 100% avoidable.
No,
you guys are all
straight.
acting like idiots out here.
No,
For no reason.
I don't know what happened.
It's disorderly conduct.
It's okay. You can spray my neck. It's okay. No, I'm saying you can spray my neck. I'm not upset. I'm just making sure my sister was straight. That's all.
Oh, they're doing 40, right? We didn't want to do this.
No, you okay? Go ahead. I'm good. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't good. My damn sister.
I understand. All you guys are here.
No, I understand it. I get what you're saying. When you said get out the road, I got out the road. It was
You
just
didn't,
like,
because you were in the road when I just took you.
Let me finish this sentence. It was just like the road was in my face, like my shit don't give a fuck about nothing. I understand you don't give a fuck about nothing, but you coming out the wrong person. My sister just came out the
You're an
club.
adult. Just be the bigger
No,
person.
you're right, and I'm being the big person. I was just talking to her because at the end of the day, regardless, if you was paying attention to what you was paying attention to, you would see that my sister wasn't even fucking with you. We literally just out of the club, bro. Out of the club.
Go ahead.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. You just hit me.
You were fighting, yep.
Okay.
Yep. Nope. Nope.
Sorry.
We got some more temper teams.
Sir, can you get my purse?
Yep.
Wait, you get this.
Before you ban in front of Arrow.
Wait, that's not my phone. I don't know what happened. Come this way.
You copy that? Yeah, the van.
You get these shoes right here?
Those yours?
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
You got my phone? Why she a hacker? Is that her purse? I'll take that.
No, if she says you can have it, I'll give it to you.
Why do you want me to take your purse? I don't know where my phone is. It's right here. Do you want me to take your purse?
Yeah, get back. How about that?
Wait, wait, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Hey, hold on.
Do you want me to take your purse? Do you want me to get your purse?
On the sidewalk for me. Get on the sidewalk. If you don't do
I told you get her the wrong thing.
I'm asking one more time. Get on the sidewalk.
One on the sidewalk, right here. My friend.
If I touch you one more time, I'm gonna watch
I
you.
roll with her.
Stay over there.
Come on, she wanted to touch me. I don't know.
Got it.
I'm confused.
You want your friend to take this?
Yeah.
Do you want
Where's
to take
your
your
ID?
ID?
It's in my purse.
Right, let me get your ID.
Can you open it?
Yeah.
That's
You
what
want,
I need?
you
So you can get it.
Yo, back up. Back up.
She didn't even. Why didn't she ever her? It wasn't even her. Bitch, you trying to ask what's up. I didn't do nothing. So let me not tell they put me in.
Back up.
Why you gonna hit me though?
Man,
You could have hit me.
who the hell can tolerate this? How the hell does the mama tolerate this?
Hey, back up.
I'm not. I just want to look.
No, on the sidewalk.
I'm not. Don't grab
On
me,
the
please.
sidewalk.
I'm not doing anything.
On the sidewalk.
Y'all go. Let me down.
She goes over there.
No, the fuck I'm not. Why you grabbing me? I'm just asking for a fucking party. Don't grab me. I'm not going to jail.
We told you multiple times. Get out of the road. We told you multiple times.
Fucking parking.
You're going right with it.
She was with her. Fuck you! Oh, fuck you! Yeah, look, y'all missing out,
Yeah, no question. I got You people her? No, this is a different fight. Yeah, no, she was her. Get back, get back. Hey, boy, you just press me. I'm moving. Hey, don't press me. I'm moving.
Oh my fucking God, bitch! Everybody like I thought.
Go ahead. Let's see get this off.
You acting like I'm a run. I'm going to jail for nothing. I literally asked for money. You're fucking mad. You're fucking mad. I'm screaming. It's not that serious.
What's that today?
Hey man, I don't fucking know. Don't put me over there. Don't put me over there.
Sit down. Go.
You got scissors?
I want to tell for nothing. I didn't do nothing.
Get in the van.
Nah, man, let me go.
Get in the van. Is that like 10, 15 stairs?
Sounds like them chicks listen to too much Project Pat. God, that's just a nightmare. Welcome back, Art.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing, man. I ain't talking about nothing. I mean, I'm surprised you were able to. I'm surprised you were able to go to sleep through all that ratchet shit. Yeah, duh.
This week, a
Man, I'm talking
police-involved
about the
shooting leaves one man
chimpanzees.
dead and nearly a dozen NYPD vehicles are vandalized. Plus,
He put his life on the line for other people's packages. Tell you all about him.
police say a building superintendent was found murdered. Right now, Fox 5's Crime in the City. For our first story, we begin in Flatbush, Brooklyn. That's where police say the superintendent of an apartment building was killed during a physical altercation with a man allegedly trying to steal tenants' packages.
Story out of Brooklyn, a building super found dead. Police say that he was murdered. Welcome to the noon. And Bianca Peters, a man found with severe head injuries. Let's get right out to the scene. And Fox 5's Lisa Evers in the Flatbush section of Brooklyn. Lisa, what are you hearing about this?
Well, Bianca, right now, police are telling us that they have a 30-year-old person of interest that they are questioning in connection with this brutal beating death of a beloved superhero in the building that you see right behind me. We know he was 41 years old. Relatives say he was married, he had children, and residents just can't believe this is happening, that this happened, even though this building has been plagued recently by just a rash of package thefts, and the super was trying to keep a lot of people out of the building who would come in and did not belong there, would try to sneak in, through the front door. So take a look at some of this video right here. Now, police were called to 1199 Ocean Avenue just after 8 yesterday morning and found the 41-year-old man badly beaten. He was rushed to Kings County Hospital, but didn't make it. A family member here and residents say he was a super of the building, which recently had been experiencing these package thefts to the extent that they posted up a sign by the elevator warning people not to let other people follow them inside, not to answer their buzzer if they didn't know who it was. The NYPD is not giving a narrative yet, but the super was known to confront people who did not belong in the building, which has just gone through so many terrible package thefts. Now, here's what his cousin, who is grieving and very upset, who got the call about what had happened, and a resident told us. Take a listen.
Murdered in the front of his house, in his workplace, first thing in the morning, which is so bad.
He was good at what he did. You know what I'm saying? He was good at what he did. He's very professional. And just the fact that he put his life on the line for other people's packages tell you all about him. I got to go.
Now, also, we asked the police about was there a weapon that was used in this? They have not said that. The medical examiner is conducting a full autopsy to determine the exact cause of death. We're waiting for that investigation to be resolved, and also more information about exactly why they are talking to this 30-year-old man as a person of interest, what his involvement in this crime may have been. We'll keep you posted on the latest right here on Fox 5 and Fox Local.
We now head to the Upper East Side, where police shot and killed a man who threatened to shoot up a hospital. All that's according to the NYPD.
We're following a developing story this morning on the Upper East Side.
That's where a police-involved shooting left one man dead. It all happened in front of innocent bystanders. Haley Fixler is on the Upper East Side right now. What have you heard?
Good morning, Kurt Rosanna. Well, not only did the shooting happen in front of people at this bus stop here behind me on Madison Avenue, but police also say the suspect pointed a gun at several people and then even threatened to shoot up a hospital. Here is what we know. This all started at a residential building on Madison Avenue around 7 o'clock last night. The suspect was first spotted in an elevator talking with another man when officials say without any warning, he pulled out a gun and pointed it at the man. The suspect kept pointing it at him until they got to the ground floor and he left the building. He then headed to a nearby deli. Take a listen to what happened next.
He goes behind the counter and points a firearm at a deli worker standing behind the counter and says to him, "Call 911. I'm going down to the hospital to shoot it up." The individual steals the deli worker's phone and flees the location.
Police say the suspect then went to Mount Sinai Hospital. Now, that was just about a 7-minute walk away from where he was. He's seen on surveillance cameras going inside and then coming back out and placing a gun outside by a tree. The suspect then goes back inside and apparently tells an off-duty police officer who's working security there that he has a gun. That's when he and the officer get into a little bit of a struggle as the officer tries escorting him out. Then the suspect apparently runs off and grabs the gun. That's when officers call for assistance and the other NYPD officers find the suspect a couple of blocks away.
The officers exited their vehicles and the individual immediately discharges the firearm at the officers, with multiple civilians in close proximity who had just gotten off an MTA bus. The officers return fire and strike the individual.
The suspect was pronounced dead at the hospital. Now, we're also told that all of this was captured at surveillance cameras at each of the different locations, and police were wearing body cameras. And of course, this is still under investigation.
Down in Soho, police say a suspect on a motorcycle rode up to a 59-year-old man and pulled a gun on him. Police believe he is the suspect connected to at least 17 other attacks spanning Manhattan and the Bronx.
Well, a robbery spree stretching across Manhattan and the Bronx turns violent when a suspect opens fire in Soho.
And tonight, the NYPD is looking for a person of interest. Fox 8's Duarte Giordino is live in Lower Manhattan with the very latest. Quite the scene, Duarte.
Quite the scene indeed. 17 victims so far. The latest one happened here in Soho on Monday at around 9:15. That's when police say a man on a motorcycle was driving along this street, drove up to a 59-year-old man, then took out a handgun. What happened next is unclear, but the two started struggling and may have ended up on the street. And that's where surveillance video shows that you can see that person of interest limping towards his bike as he gets back on. At least one of the shoes is left on the street. Police say during this fight, he fired a single shot. He still managed to grab that bag and took off on Charlton. Now, in the screenshots, you can see him dressed in all black, wearing a hoodie, his face mostly covered, standing next to the bike police believe was used in at least 17 other attacks. Now, the pattern started in the Bronx back in September on the 14th when two people on a dirt bike pulled up on a 31-year-old man, flashed a gun, and stole his bike. Over the next several weeks, that robber hit again and again and again across the Bronx and Manhattan. Here's what the pattern shows. Most of the attacks happened during the day between 7:30 in the morning and 2:30 in the afternoon. Almost all of the victims were men, and each time a gun was involved and money, jewelry, or handbags were taken. And each of these crimes happened really fast. Can't overstate that. They're on a bike and they run. Take another look at this photo. Police say this is the person of interest. This is the person they want to talk to see if they can link all of these attacks that took place on a bicycle where they attacked someone and grabbed an item. Once again, police need your help to find the person of interest.
Over in Jamaica, Queens, 11 NYPD vehicles, both marked and unmarked, were damaged. A person of interest has since been arrested in this case.
We'll search for a suspect tonight after a dozen NYPD vehicles are discovered with their windows smashed in.
All right, Fox 5 Sharon Crowley live in Jamaica, Queens with the details. Sharon.
Yeah, we're right next to the 116th precinct. You can see this NYPD cruiser is in fine shape, but 11 police cars were damaged, some of them unmarked. Take a look at some of the video that we got for you. You can see from the smashed windows, it looks like someone threw a rock or something into the windshields, smashing them. It is right next to a brand new building, or a relatively new one, so certainly there are security cameras everywhere. What's important to note is that nobody was injured. There were no police officers in the cars at the time this happening yesterday, just before midnight. Now, the cars were parked out here on the street, and tonight we saw a number of officers out here on foot patrol around the building here. And as I said, it's not clear what the motive was of this vandalism. And we checked with the police. We were trying to find out if they have any leads. You got to figure that they have cameras all over the place. So certainly they'll be able to catch these vandals. We're right next to the LIRR as well. And so there is some foot traffic of people coming off the trains, coming home from work into this neighborhood tonight. But police say the damaged cars were towed away. And right now, tonight, they're just trying to figure out who would do this and why.
Up in Harlem, a woman is stabbed to death inside her apartment building. A Bronx man is now charged in this case.
A Bronx man facing a murder charge tonight, accused of stabbing a woman to death inside a Harlem apartment building. Police arresting 41-year-old Luis Marquez. They say the attack happened early yesterday morning at a building on West 129th Street. Officers responding to a 911 call found the victim, 47-year-old Carmen Lopez, with stab wounds all over her body. Police say she lived in the building.
And finally, we end in Brooklyn Federal Court, where Cleveland Guardians pitcher Luis Ortiz appeared this week. He, along with All-Star pitcher Emmanuel Clase, faced charges related to an alleged gambling scheme concocted to rig bets on games during the season.
Cleveland Guardians pitcher Luis Ortiz appeared in Brooklyn Federal Court. He pled not guilty yesterday to charges connected to the MLB betting scandal. He, along with teammate Emmanuel Clase, are accused of taking bribes from sports bettors to ensure the outcome of prop bets on pitches they threw. Ortiz remains free on a $500,000 bond. Clase is due in court. He's due in court today.
That's this week's Crime in the City. Subscribe for more at youtube.com/Fox5NY.
Man. Oh, man, I had the streak. Oh, man. What a weekend, man. I'm going to get some rest tonight, man. I'm going to get some rest tonight, and I'm going to be back at it, man. This week, man. I'm going to get some rest tonight, man. I'm going to get some rest tonight, man. I went 7 shows without falling asleep. And here I am today, man. Right back at it. I did 7 shows without falling asleep.
If a murder happens in Manhattan, you hear about it, and it gets reported on, and it's followed up on. You get murdered in East New York, you're lucky if it's even mentioned. No one, not the NYPD, not the city, was prepared for what happened in East New York.
In the shadow of Manhattan's gleaming towers lies a neighborhood with stories that rarely make headlines. Since the 1960s, East New York has been one of the city's most violent.
Man.
Living by the interstate, those tall and long sound barrier walls cut down on the level of noise. Is right, but a boom like no other in a South Side Indy neighborhood rattled a family's nerves and home.
That family called Raphael asking for help after a semi smashed through a barrier and landed close to their home.
So here we are. It's loud, very loud.
Vanessa Thornton took us to her backyard. Her sound barrier wall is missing. So the roars and rumbles traffic along 65 southbound towards Southport, Columbus, and Louisville are clearly heard.
Wow, that's amazing. That's what it sounds like without that thing there. Oh man. Oh man.
And fix this wall, not only for me, but for my neighbors.
Without the wall, Vanessa has been unable to enjoy her backyard for more than a year. See for yourself what woke her up on October 13th, 2024.
You know, in my head, I contemplated, okay, that was thunder. I'm like, no, I did watch Brian Wilson. I knew it was not going to rain.
The thunderous twists of metal, clanging and colliding, the result of this semi that ended up in her yard, leaving behind a lot of damage.
So I looked out my bedroom window and I couldn't believe what I seen. So much I didn't believe it. I ran to my kitchen. You know, it was like I was rubbing my eyes like there's no way.
It's in this very spot that Vanessa was planning to have family over for her son's birthday later that day. Once the debris was removed, her insurance company put up this fence, which is no match for another vehicle heading in the wrong direction.
You want a wall back?
I want a wall back.
After more than a year, she reached out to Call Raphael, seeking answers in hopes of reducing the noise nuisance and regaining a sense of privacy and security.
The security, the safety, the noise. I'd like to enjoy my backyard again.
An NDOT spokesperson tells CBS 4 the wall will be replaced before the end of the year. If a guardrail or barrier wall are missing in your neighborhood, the next step is to file a claim with the city and the state. If you have an issue you'd like to see addressed in your community, you can call Raphael.
I wasn't worried about the adults. I was more worried about the children.
This security camera video gave a strong clue, eventually helping Baltimore police detectives and prosecutors solve a nearly 4-year-old cold case, leading to the first-degree murder conviction of 68-year-old Reginald Lively. A judge sentenced him to life without the possibility of parole.
Well, this is a serial killer, and this gentleman needs to be off the street.
This is Lively's third murder conviction. In this case, he became a person of interest following the brutal killing of 68-year-old John Hall III.
He was, but there wasn't enough to add it together.
Hall was found dead May 28, 2021, inside his apartment on Clark's Lane in Northwest Baltimore. He was covered with a blanket. He had been repeatedly stabbed and beaten. Police discovered Hall recently had won around $1,000 from a casino.
We don't have a strong motive other than there was money missing from his apartment.
Lively lived in the same building, and although he claimed being asleep at the time of the murder, security video shows him coming from his apartment, walking down the main hallway, and getting into an elevator. Later, he is seen getting out of an elevator carrying a plastic bag with some type of object in it. He walked out of the building. The object turned out to be a wrench.
Completely pointless killing.
The investigation languished until the Baltimore City State's Attorney's Office Cold Case Unit, working with police to develop charges, put a new focus on the crime.
My unit took another look at the investigation. We looked at the evidence again with fresh eyes, and we determined that there was enough evidence present to charge Mr. Lively.
They used new technology, took a closer look at the surveillance video, and developed new DNA evidence that confirmed Lively had been in the victim's apartment.
We were able to provide a measure of justice to John's family.
We got justice today. That's what the main thing that we're happy as a family, and everything that we went through the trial and the case.
It didn't, to me, seem like the defendant had any remorse. This was his third murder, and I'm just praying to God for the safety of everybody that he does not get out.
The third family victimized by Lively. He pleaded guilty in a couple of domestic violence murders, killing a woman in 1985. He served 8 years of a 20-year prison sentence, and pleaded guilty in the death of another woman in North Carolina in 2000. He received a 30-year sentence and got paroled after serving about 12 years.
This person was a chameleon. He was going to act like
this dude got just listen to that, man. That is absolutely insane.
Third family victimized by Lively. He pleaded guilty in a couple of domestic violence murders, killing a woman in 1985. He served 8 years of a 20-year prison sentence, and pleaded guilty in the death of another woman in North Carolina in 2000. He received a 30-year sentence and got paroled after serving about 12 years.
this person.
Wow. 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 That is absolutely insane, man. That is absolutely insane. That's absolutely insane, man. Whew. Son, man. That is crazy. I gotta hear that again, man.
God for the safety of everybody that he does not get out.
The third family victimized by Lively. He pleaded guilty in a couple of domestic violence murders, killing a woman in 1985. He served 8 years of a 20-year prison sentence, and pleaded guilty in the death of another woman in North Carolina in 2000. He received a 30-year sentence and got paroled after serving about 12 years.
This person was a chameleon. He was going to act like he was this individual's friend. Then he decided to take from them, and then when he ended up killing them. And the jury saw that.
Cold Case Homicide Unit Chief Kurt Bjorklund says since being formed last year, this is the third investigation the unit has closed. Right now, it's looking into 50 cases. And State's Attorney Bates says that he is hoping to gain more city, state, and federal funding to expand the cold case unit and bring in more prosecutors. Reporting live from downtown Baltimore, Barry Sims.
Wow. That's absolutely crazy, man. That's absolutely crazy.
A West Valley father fighting for his life after being shot twice in the head. And the accused shooter knew that victim and is now in police custody. 12 News journalist Gabriella Becerra live in studio with what happened here. And it's a kind of a strange case here, Gabby.
Yeah, it's really sad. Family tells me Ramel Ross is still in critical condition in the ICU. One of those bullets was removed from his head, but the other one is still there.
He's so resilient.
One of the strongest members of this family.
He's a pillar of the community, Ramel was. He really is a good guy that loved his family and friends deeply.
Ramel Ross, a loving father, brother, and son, is now leaning on those around him after an act of violence left him fighting for his life.
Just didn't see it coming. He was leaving work on his way home.
Ross was leaving his barber shop near 83rd Avenue and Indian School Road when a person dressed in all black approached his car and shot him several times.
He was ambushed and shot twice in the head. He was going home to his family, to his son.
According to court records, the suspect walked away after the shooting and was later seen and heard on gas station surveillance video asking the clerk if Ross was his favorite barber before allegedly admitting to shooting up Ross's truck. The suspect was later arrested and identified as 36-year-old Garen Jones. Family tells me Ross and Jones knew each other.
For us, this is a tragedy a complete tragedy.
Ross has had multiple surgeries, and doctors don't yet know the full extent of his injuries.
He was talking when he went in, actually, but he started screaming. He couldn't see. He can't see. The bullet was in the part of the brain for the eyes.
Ross isn't just a light in his family's life.
He always took care of his mom. You know, as a little 3-year-old, he's been a very good dad.
But also in his community as a barber and a mentor for young men.
You know, my cousin, he has a big heart, man, and he deserves all this help.
It's help his family hopes will be returned in prayers for Ross's full recovery.
That is everything to our family, the support. It is a...
That's a blended family, man. What the fuck is this? The Addams family? This is a fucking Addams family, man. What kind of family is this? Maybe the brothers like them some peace and quiet around the house, if you know what I mean. Maybe them brothers like them some peace and quiet around the house.
It is going to be a very, very long recovery.
And Jones is facing several felony charges, including aggravated assault. He's expected to be back in court tomorrow. Troy?
Yeah, I know it's still early, Gabby, but you know what's behind all this? It seems so random, and to have an ambush-style attack.
Family is not sure what the motive is. They tell me that these two have known each other for quite some time, several years, but they say it's a senseless tragedy that happened, and they want to know more.
Yeah, and I'm sure that.
New tonight, 3 people are now in custody 6 months after a 16-year-old was shot and killed.
Yeah, this happened at a party in May in Mesa on Val Vista Drive near Baseline Road, where that teenager and another person were shot. Our Austin Walker is live in the newsroom tonight with the latest. Austin, we're learning that forensic evidence played a big role in this investigation, and it stretches beyond state lines.
Yeah, that's right. Now, police say that evidence helped support what police originally thought, and one of those suspects was not in Arizona anymore. This started as a shooting at an apartment and ended with a 16-year-old dead and 3 adults in custody.
Almost 6 months ago, a chaotic scene unfolding in East Mesa.
And I'm just really, really traumatized from what I seen last night.
Damn. A lot of black folk in Arizona. Shit.
A party at an apartment on Val Vista Drive on May 21st, ending deadly. Initial reports from Mesa police explain 2 people were shot as they were, quote, planning to rob someone. The first surviving, the other 16-year-old Azriel Lloyd dying. And for those in the area, a call for solutions around gun violence.
As a mother, a grandmother, I'm afraid to walk out. Somebody might shoot me, or I might be at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Saturday, Mesa police say 3 suspects have been arrested. 18-year-olds Breon Ballard and Nico Cartier, and 19-year-old Jameer White. Police say at the time, these 3 were persons of interest, and officers tracked down the suspects all the way to Litchfield Park after the shooting, sparking a brief standoff where our camera caught 2 people in custody. Saturday, police say they conducted numerous interviews, executed multiple search warrants across the valley, and removed several firearms. They add forensic analysis and testing helped provide some of the additional support needed to move forward with charges. DNA collection is something Sergeant Jen Zach with Phoenix Police says has made solving cases easier across.
Wow. Fucking Mesa. God damn. Mesa. Jeez.
That is still not clear, but I did just get a little bit of new information, Mimi. We just found out that the two teenagers who were killed were brothers, a 16-year-old and a 17-year-old out of Rainier. No one has been arrested. They think this was a drive-by shooting. It happened just down the street from a church and an elementary school, and the calls started coming in the middle of the night that there were bodies in this intersection.
The calls came in around 2 a.m.
2 males, one with a gunshot wound to the chest. CPR is in progress.
First responders were not able to save the victims. The coroner says they were teenagers.
That's tragic. Just tragic to hear.
Matt LePage is the pastor at First Baptist Church of Lacey. He lives next door to the church. His 5 children ride their bikes around the neighborhood.
Every person has value and dignity, and no life should be unjustly taken in that manner. And so it's unfortunate to hear that happening, especially to 2 teenage boys.
One neighbor told us they heard 2 loud bangs right before police arrived. Detectives say this was a drive-by shooting, but it's unclear if the victims knew who was shooting it down. They're asking the public for help. Pastor Matt checked his surveillance video looking for clues.
I do not want any of this near the church, near any families, or anywhere happening. Yeah. Death is not the answer, to life's questions.
The pastor says he reviewed some of his surveillance cameras and found some images of cars that were driving up and down College shortly before the police arrived. He was going to reach out to Lacey police. They would like to hear from anyone who knows anything about what happened here overnight. Mimi?
Drew, this is just such a heartbreaking story, especially since we just found out these 2 teens were brothers. You've been covering Thurston County for a long time. How common are drive-by shootings in Lacey?
About as common as how many niggas you got. Literally, that's it. Like drive-by shootings. That's us. That's a black thing. That's about how common they are. How many niggas do you have in your town?
Who knows anything about what happened here overnight? Mimi?
Drew, this is just such a heartbreaking story, especially since we just found out these 2 teens were brothers. You've been covering Thurston County for a long time. How common are drive-by shootings in Lacey?
Rare is probably the best word to describe it. Homicides as well. We looked into the numbers in the last decade or so. Lacey gets about 2 homicides a year. The 2 today made the number 3 for 2025.
Man, it's been a long weekend, man. I got probably 3 hours of sleep this weekend. 3 good hours of sleep this weekend, man. It's been a very long weekend, man. I look forward to getting some rest tonight, man, and coming back strong this week, man. It's been a long weekend, man. Jeez. Long weekend, man. But it was good. It was good. I'm not even gonna complain, man. I'm not even gonna complain. I had a good time with the kiddies, man. I had a good time being the sole parent for the week, man, for the weekend, man. I'm not even gonna lie, man. I had a good time, man. Didn't get much sleep. House is a mess, but I had a good time, man. Let me see, who's this? Maverick. He says, I'm done with this channel every time asleep. All right, I'll block you then, Maverick. I'll block you. Say, no, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna block you, man. I'm not gonna block you, Maverick. He said fighting sons in his dreams. Jesus Christ. Yo, man, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm looking forward to getting some rest tonight, man. I'm looking forward to it, man. He said, fighting. He said, this guy says, this is why the show sucks. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. I tell you, man. This guy says, zzz. Shador was atrocious. I talk about that in the morning, man. I'll talk about Shador in the morning, man. I'll come back and tomorrow, man, do something in the morning. We'll talk about Shador. We'll come back and talk about Shador in the morning, man. Let me see any more comments that I missed. Erica. It's impersonator. Oh shit. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, man. Give me some rest tonight, man. Salute to all you guys, man. Same black time, same black channel. I'm out of here, man.